some people just want to be right. So the little condescending shots people throw at me a lot of time, I overlook it or let it go. But like the direct disrespect, then I feel like I need to set the tone. So it's not even like I gotta set a tone. So I always talk
Mm,
about treat people how you gotta teach people how to treat you. So like what my barometer is, it's like I can understand where some people at, but then when it comes to the direct in your face, like fuck you, that's when I say fuck your feelings. I don't care how people feel, but the little condescending things, I let go because I already know. So I kind of take people emotions and feelings in account until I feel like they totally saying fuck mine. Then I'll be like, okay, well fuck yours too.
mm. So, uh, for me, I did while you were saying that something popped into my mind. Toleration equals moderation, right? So if you have very high patience, you have uh 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 you're very humble, you can take a lot of situations. If you know how to read the room, have discernment, you can tell who's doing what, how they doing it, when they're doing it, right? But the
Never
moderation
mind.
comes in because when you just coming into somebody's arena, right? Or you coming, for example, the situation you've been having the past couple of days, right? There is no moderation because now, even though people may not want you to have that expectation, you know something is getting ready to happen to where somebody's going to be rude, disrespectful, so on and so forth. So you have to be on guard for it. So once it appears, like, oh, homeboy, let me check this out. You can't come up here disrespecting people. You can't run around here telling people to shut up. You you know the humility runs out, the humbleness runs out because now you just being utterly rude and disrespectful. So that's the time where you're like, all right, I tried to give you grace. Guess what? Fuck your feelings. Fuck that grace I was trying to give you. That shit got to go out the back door. Why? Because you feel entitled to it, right? That's just like when people say, you know what? I give people respect. That's why a lot of people say respect is earned and not given. Because when you give it to somebody, that person that didn't earn it, they not going to value that respect the way they're supposed to value it. So that's when you like, you know what? Now it's time to turn off the humility. It's time to turn off the grace, and you let them have it. You can't be walking around here disrespecting people. You can't come in here disrespecting the ladies of the nine. You can't come disrespect the host of the nine. And you definitely can't come and try to destroy the calm that you don't even know what the fuck is going on. So that's when you get into your feelings. That's when you get into your not rage, but you get frustrated. And that frustration, if you don't catch it, it can turn into something different.
Oh, it's just straight wrath for me. I don't really well rage and wrath. So I enjoy rage. I channel it. Oh, I'm totally focused. My rage is focused on that one thing. It ain't just out of control. I control the chaos within me, and I channel that shit, bro. But no, I feel that though. Like when you saying like moderation and tolerance. Yeah, like I was trying to see how you would use the concept of moderation, but yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I just think, I don't think people really take people's feelings into consideration a lot. I don't really think. I think people prioritize their feelings over other people, which is not wrong. I mean, I don't think it's wrong. But I just think something comes with it. Because like I said, a lot of times I go into every interaction thinking no matter what happened, I'm gonna be the bigger person. So even when I go off on somebody, if you really listen to what I'm saying, I'm going off on you, but I'm giving your ass advice too. Yeah, your mama used to whoop you and say I love you at the same time. That's what I do.
Yeah, those are the crazy punishments, right? But even if you go about it that way, right? You know what I mean? Like you doing things out of love. Some like like you said, some like I always say, sometimes you have to be selfish with yourself, right? Meaning you can't keep
Mm,
pouring into people. So when you understand that you can't pour into people, you have to be like, when we talk about observation, we ain't just talking about what you see, right? Y'all see two avatars having a
mm,
conversation. That's not the only part of observation. Observation, you got to listen, you got to be attentive, you got to know, you have to understand the words that are coming out of the people's mouth, so that way you can dissect and say, okay, well, that's a good point, that's not a good point. But because we living in a minute situation, meaning we only take words and we simplify it to a one particular point. When you say observation, people just looking at a thing. No, you got to listen to a thing. You got to understand a thing. You got to perceive a thing, right? It's not about visual a visual vision, right? It's about you understanding what's being said. What is the content? What is the context of what's being said, right? So when you go about it that way, you understand if somebody's coming disrespectfully. You understand if somebody's trying to throw, what is that, subliminal? What's the other word you use? What is that? High minimums, whatever the hell it is, right? You understand when
and
people
then, so,
basically
he said,
you
whatever the
understand
hell
when
it
people
is.
trying to take shots, right? And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Mm, mm,
You know what I mean? You have to understand what's going on around you. If you don't understand what's going on around you, then you're going to be lost, and then you're going to be defensive, and then you're going to get, most people get emotional because they don't know how to defend themselves without their emotions, right? You know what I mean? So
mm.
that's another way, you got to say, you know what, man, if you're not giving that, if you're not reciprocating, man, I'm not giving it back. So once again, fuck your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, once I see a person don't appreciate, then I don't give it to them no more. I'm good. I think when people like, appreciation shows that someone values something when they appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So once I see like people don't appreciate me, I'm straight. Like, I'm willing to pour into people, help people, do whatever. But once I see it, it's like, well, if you don't want it, then I ain't gonna give it to you. I ain't forcing myself on nobody. I'm good on that shit. You know, I'm good on that. But that's what I was when you had started off like, when people don't, when you pour into people and they don't reciprocate it. And I was just thinking, like, for me, it's, but either a reciprocation, appreciation would be a form of reciprocation. Like, just simple things, like, even like with me and you talking, and you give me an idea, I'd be like, "Damn, bro, thanks for the good idea." It's just acknowledging what people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I don't think it's hard to do stuff. Little things like that matter. For, just little things. Just acknowledging what people do for you, bro. If somebody gave you a good idea, if somebody put you on game on something, I mean, why not tell them thank you? You appreciate it. Some people, you would say something, and they'd be in their head like, damn, that's a good idea. And then they'd go do it like they thought of it. Won't give you no type of, and that's cool. That's just how those people are. You know, that's how I look at it. Like, well, that's just how they is. Won't be, they don't appreciate it.
So you know
I
how
know how
most
to
of the
fuck with
time,
them.
yeah,
I'm
you know
like,
how
what,
most of the
bro?
time we know most of the time how we say common sense ain't common, right? So when you
Mm,
when you when you think when you think that somebody's going to be appreciative, because we want people to do unto others as we want done unto ourselves, right? So once a person don't have the common sense to say thank you, it's like, okay, I don't know if they have that sense of just saying a kind word. You it makes you back away from a person a little bit, right? Like you said, we have conversations, we build off each other. Hey, that's a good thought. Hey, let's have a conversation. Let's go ahead and talk about that, right? And we as we talking, we thanking each other, but we still going, we flowing with the ideas that's popping in our mind, popping in our mind, popping in our mind, because we just going with the flow. But it's not, it's not out of disrespect, because sometimes when you are a creative person, you need to get those thoughts on a paper or somebody's ear so they can reciprocate it back to you, right? It's a circulatory motion, right? So when you have somebody that's a blocker, right? That's a hater, that's however you want to perceive it, they're gonna cut your circle in half to where it won't come back to you. And those are the people that you gotta watch out for, because that they say there's always a wolf in sheep's clothing. Well, there's some demons in friendly skin, right? People get hit with friendly fire all the time because people shooting at people and don't know if it what their intent is. So we have to really watch for ourselves to go through situations like that, because we don't know everybody that we interacting with. We just know that sometimes our intellect, our discernment, and things like that, we can pick up if that person is genuine, and then we just go back to observing and see if their consistency is what makes them who they are, or there's a bunch of bullshitters, right? Because at the end of the day, every day we come on here, right? We start to see people ain't doing lives as much as they used to do it. Why? Because they bullshit is being caught up, right? You make people have an expectation of you somebody of a higher tier, but you lower than dirt. So when people start to say, you know what, man, we're not gonna support that motherfucker no more, you can't get mad, because you got caught up in your own shit. So you got to understand, people ain't gonna respect you because you sitting there perpetrating the fraud. Now, thankfully, when you got people in the nine that's consistent, and it ain't been no nonsense being spewed, and people ain't, we make it a comfort place where people can come in and have conversations, and we can leave the conversations right there. For the most part, we get caught up because our acts and kindness, we tend to care for those that don't care for themselves. But when they don't, but even in those situations, right? We can't love, we can't be more passionate or compassionate than a person that don't love themselves. So we have to figure out how to maneuver around them, but we can't allow them to take us away from the respect and decorum that we are building at the same time. So we just gonna have to gracefully bow away from them people and allow the people that really want to be here. We just gotta let them in, and for the most part, those people that are here on a consistent basis, they understand who we are. Like people might have thought you was being rude the other day. I don't think you rude. When you go through those moments, I'm like, you ain't gotta apologize for nothing. Sometimes things have to happen for a reason. It's not that you
You know,
disrespecting them, but they disrespecting you. So fuck they feelings. So you gotta be a little harsh. Like, you go dumb mother, take your ass to AA, and you know what I mean? Like, it's still constructive, but
you're
it's harsh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
you just gotta be harsh, because that's what some people can register in
That's
their
what they
brain. They
respond
need
to,
that
man.
harsh reality.
Yeah, like, see, people like that, they respond to chaos, bro. And that's why it's like, just so they can prove that point, they keep pushing the button. Then when you snap, be like, whoop, see, told you, like, bro, I don't snap unless you push that snap button, right? You kept pushing that motherfucker. I kept delaying it. I really, like, I've been delaying it. Like, after that first interaction, and see, this is what I'm saying, man. In my heart, man, I don't have no malice towards nobody in my heart. If it's there, it's because somebody put it there, and I usually give it right back quick way. Anyway, but the first interaction I had with him, I was like, I ain't dealing with this dude no more. But then I'm like, shit, I've changed. People change. Sometimes you need to be around. Like, we talk about getting into different environments. I'd be a hypocrite, if somebody come, into this environment from a different environment, and they seeking it and they just learning how to interact with it. Because it took me time to learn how to interact in new environments. Right? So I'd be a hypocrite. But it's like that day, bro. When I went live, I was man, my patience is low today, and I still displayed a lot of patience because I should have cut his ass off with the first time. You came on the mic talking to. Like, come on now, man. We argued about if I'm Muslim or not. Bro, I ain't Muslim. I ain't never said I was. Well, you practice it, so therefore, bro, you can't make me what you want me to be, bro. You can't do no shit like that. You arguing with me about like that shit right there just shows you trying me, bro. Like you trying my patience, man. Okay, we let that go, and then like, shit, if anything, I thought he would have said, shut the fuck up to Frankie, but I'm like, bro, look, I ain't even said nothing and for you to respond to me like that. Because I'm talking on my panel, bro. Because you trying to tell me something about me that you don't even know me, bro. And I'm telling you, you wrong. Now you gonna tell me like, nah, bro, that shit don't work like that. Fuck you talking to? Then it's like,
And
okay,
see that
shit, all these, I done took all them little shots you took. Now take these shots. Man. You shot at me with a BB gun. Now take these rounds. Take these 227.
and that goes right back to what we were saying earlier, like how you say we don't care what his intent was. Oh, that's my normal speech. That's how I talk to people. This is not your territory to be speaking like that. You got to adjust. You got to improve. You got to adapt to whatever situation you in, or whatever channel you in, or wherever area you in. You can't be running around and be disrespectful, right? Just because you got a avatar, man. Somebody might be trying to find you just because you was being disrespectful, right? We hear how people, are pulling up on people, losing their freedom. Some people losing their lives all over a common disrespectful conversation, right? Because they think this is common. That's not common. It's irregular. It's foolish because if you want respect, you gotta give respect. Like I said, it's a circulatory motion. It's a give and take. If you pour into me, I pour into you. If we pour into each other, there should be an overflow of respect. There should be an overflow of kindness, right? But if you giving me an overflow of disrespect, I'm closing my lid. I'm not even accepting that. I'm putting stores closed. I'll dip off, right? I'll dip off just because I will not allow you to make me become something that you want me to become. You want me to become unruly. You want me to be disrespectful. You want me to be toxic. When I'm over here talking about, we need to relax and have peace, and like you talking about Christianity, but you saying fuck the Lord. How does that work? It don't work that way, right? You got to know who you around. You got to know who you talking to, and if you don't know who you talking to, just bow the hell out. Just fall back and get out the way so somebody else can come and take the conversation and add to the conversation. Shout out to Frankie Blanco. Shout out to Mr. Blonde, right? Because that whole night could have went to the left, even though we already knew it was going to the left. The toleration level was there, but sometimes, man, you just get sick and tired of the bullshit, and you like, man, listen, man, you don't even know who you better. You better know who you talking to, and then look. You got people that really respect you enough to say, you know what, I seen what was going on. That's why we up here to talk about something else. And then y'all conversated right away from that toxic shit and brought a mellowness to where everybody can sit there and add to the conversation. That's what building is about. That's what construction is about. You take the worst situation. If you can't mold it into something useful, you get rid of it. That's what we may have to do with certain people. We may have to get rid of them. It's not that we don't like you. You don't like yourself. So we not telling you fuck your feelings. You say fuck your own feelings because you ain't got enough respect to be around people that's willing to help, encourage, and uplift you. So we can't do nothing about that. So just stay over there until you get ready. You just better be lucky that you got people like the word that gives second opportunities. He'll give you another shot. There's people who be like, man, we don't want your stupid ass over here. We don't want your drunk ass over here. We don't want your crackhead ass. You know what I'm saying? Like We know, right? Some of us know. Some of us has been in the environments, the street levels, and things like that to know when somebody's dipping off to the left. But we just sometimes we do care too much. But sometimes we gotta have to turn that off because somebody's trying to make our kindness a weakness, and that can't be allowed.
Man, this that whole experience, bro. I was just sitting back thinking yesterday, like I'm surprised that shit don't happen more often. As much as I open the panel and we just lay back because it's people try you when you nice, bro. Like when you be being cool. That's why I just sit back and observe. I'm more chill, and that way I can observe a person's behavior. The consistency in their action. You know, people show their ass when they feel comfortable, bro. So yeah, I just sit back and I'm surprised that it don't happen more. You know, I really am. Like those random ass people come over and act a fool. But it's to the point now I don't need bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. There's some people like if I don't feel like they can I ain't trying to be an asshole, but if you ain't a regular over here, brand new popping up and I don't feel like you gotta catch me on the right day because I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start talking to this person about this person, this ain't it. Like, nope.
But I'm saying, what's wrong with that? Like, if you really sit down and pay attention to it, what's wrong with how if that's how you feel? Sometimes in life we go through situations and we gain experience of certain things and people, right? So if you feel like that person is not, being honest, if that person not being sincere, of course you got to question the individual because you don't know them. They don't be here that often, right? Right. So when you go through those situations, it's like an interview. Whether we understand it, we're interviewing the person, right? They come up on a panel. That's just like when you first shout out to Black Dynamite, wherever you at, shout out to you, right? Now people was like, yo, he's funny, but is he really for real about how it is? We just let him go because at the same time, he brought he brought a different energy to the channel. So it's like, all right, you go ahead and keep speaking. You do what you gotta do, right? But then when you bring that dry, boring energy and you're not even making no sense, you can't get that same respect because you're not energetic enough to allow to be allowed to flow the way that you think you need to flow. Your need is not my want or my need either. So if it's not registering with the host of the channel, then you should be able to remove some money. It's not disrespectful. It's your channel. You trying to make a decorum. You trying to build a comfortable place. But when you got somebody just drag on, and you can't allow that because you start to see people disappear. Like, yo, this is some bullshit. Excuse me, this is some bullshit. I can't be able to be around this because he letting this man talk about absolutely nothing. And then somebody else is gonna try you after that. Oh, he's too nice. Let me see if I can try him. Nah. Then they come up here with the stupid because we have open panels. We can't allow all of that to happen. We can kill them with kindness all they want, but some people ain't dying because it's kindness. Some people want to come back to see if you really going to air them out. And if you got to air them out, sometimes you just gotta have that balance of good and bad in you. And I you about to turn me into the Hulk. I don't want to be David Banner no more. I want to be the Hulk and smash you, and then come back after all that is over with and shrink back into my normal self. That's the balance that you've been talking about, but people don't want that energy because they think something is wrong with it. Nah, if you have the balance, you understand that good and bad must coexist with you in order to become that balanced person that you need to be. Fuck their feelings. It's not about them. It's about me being cool, calm, collected when I need to be. Some days I'm gonna be wrathful, rageful, whatever. Some days I can just sit back and just have a conversation. But if once I sense you trying to make me do something that I don't want to do, I'm falling back, and I don't have no problem with nobody if they do the same thing. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Shout out to Santina, man. Happy birthday. She had a birthday stream up earlier. Shout out to 755
Yes,
for
she
hitting
did.
2K. She
Happy
had a
birthday,
party over
Nine.
there. Happy birthday, man. 755 had a 2K party. She was over there lit. I was chilling until my daughter started going crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. We supposed to be here to celebrate people, right? We ain't supposed to be here to tear people down. I don't want to tear nobody down. But if you coming over here and being disrespectful and doing all those other things, you gotta expect somebody to defend their territory. That's not disrespectful. That is defending what's yours, right? Like, when 755 come over, she like, what's up? And we like, yo, what's up? Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to 755 because she do things for the kids. We promote the right things here. We not promoting no chaos. We ain't promoting no toxicity, right? Even though some people come over here and they be acting like they want that positive energy and then dipping off and going into negative areas, that has nothing to do with us. We just allowing you to understand there is some good energy over here. Whether you receive it or not, it's not up to us. Our intent is to make sure that you can find some good energy. Now your feelings are your feelings. We ain't here to interrupt your feelings. We just here to show the intent that there's some good energy here. Your feelings are yours. We ain't trying to trump your feelings. We just letting people know that that energy is here. You want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. If we can help you get through a situation, we'll be willing to get you through a situation. But that option is always going to be an individual's, right? That's like if words say, you know what, I ain't doing this no more. Are y'all going to miss them? Y'all should, because his energy is where it's supposed to be. What he giving you is something that nobody else is giving y'all. That's why we constantly ask y'all come up here and have a conversation, even if it's for 5 minutes. What you might say can spark a whole 2 hour live, or another extra 3 hours on the live. It's not about just me and Word having a conversation. If you are consistently supporting, we want to hear your opinions. We want to hear what you think. Even if you make your own topic up, okay, you know what I mean? We want y'all to do that. Why? Because if we going by the mantra a better you is a better us, we have to take into consideration what you want. It's not about always fuck your feelings. It's about turning the compassion on when it's needed. We're not here to destroy nobody's feelings. We're here to add to somebody's feelings, add to a peace, add to an encouragement, add into a love, right? And I ain't and fellas, y'all shouldn't be afraid that we want to do that with y'all too. We ain't on that phobia of same situations. We ain't on that, right? But what we are telling you, we on the same level as far as you building the man up and not being worried about having a phobia being placed in your name, or a phobia put on your back as a jacket. We ain't worried about none of that. We want the best for y'all. I mean, I'm pretty sure he says the same thing, but I'm saying it because that's what we do. That's what we consistently talk about in the 9%. That's what we here for. The doors is open. Now you gotta be willing to come in, take your shoes off and feel comfortable. And if you need more time, we'll give it to you. But it's up to you. It's not up to us. So, y'all just gotta take it where it's at.
James, Melody, PA, RAD, Blondie, Melody, James, PIA, ARD. Shout out to the new 5 members, man. Shout out to y'all. I just wanted to
Mm,
run over there and get you 755 gifted some, so I'm like, you get some. I try to, I mean, you get like 10 a month, so I try to gift at
mm.
least when I remember. I wish you can
That's
pick
what I'm.
choose who you gifted to, but it just be like random.
It'd be
But shout
random.
out to y'all, man. Yeah,
Congratulations, y'all. Welcome to the membership. But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. When you sitting there, you pouring and pouring and pouring, you know, I'm like, I can't worry about everybody's feelings, right? But I can damn sure appreciate someone's effort, right? When you got somebody that's sitting here, trying to do mentorships, when you sitting there trying to, you got people doing advice when they profession is life coaching and they willing to take the time and make energy for you to become a better person. Some things just need to be appreciated. Some things just need to be said. You know what, man? Shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. We love you. Right? You just got so many people just that want to be bush watching and, or as you would say, in the raptures. There ain't no need for you to be in the raptures, man. We need to come together. We need to figure out if we all on the same umbrella. Why are we all buying $5 umbrellas? The umbrella's big enough for all of us to work. If you want to eat, we can feed you, right? However you want to look at it, we can feed one another. We only need five fish and two loaves. That's all we really need. We going to stretch this thing out. But you got so many people who want to be individuals that they want to be right and all of this other nonsense instead of it being right. This is why we keep going in this circular motion of doom and gloom because everybody wants to be right. I don't want to be right for the millionth time. It's not about me being right. It's about it being right. Making people see that, they could come in and add constructively to a situation. That's what we want to do. If y'all want to be right, that's why y'all got your own channel. But over here, we're willing to do whatever we need to do to show that we can work with any and everybody. If that's what y'all want, if that's not what y'all want, that's a y'all thing. It's not our feelings being hurt because we're gonna continue to do what we need to do. So like I said, the doors is open. Whoever there is, just come in, come on the panel, have a conversation. If we can build with you, we will build with you. If you want this, we can allow you. We can all do the same thing. But if not, we just gonna have to continuously be who we are. It's not a fault and it's not shameful. It's just who we are.
yeah, bro. That's why I open a panel. Yeah, I don't really look at shit as right or wrong. Because what's right for you can be wrong for me, and what's right for me can be wrong for you. So I just be interested. I'd be more or less interested in hearing people, how people think, and to comprehend why they or understand why they think that way. It'll take time to get a comprehension, but I'd be more interested in hearing how people think and breaking down why I think. And if it's something that I can add to it, then I give them a suggestion. But other than that, I don't really care. But it be people like they just have their point or the way they say shit just has to be right compared to someone else's. That shit weird, bro. And people don't be knowing, like, bro, it be so many people seeking validation for the way they feel about things, and they not aware of that. Like that's what they're doing. Like that's why you're so adamant about this. Like, nah, bro. If you believe in it, if you know that shit, like when we talk about belief, if you believe in something, you always gonna have that internal conflict about that concept of whatever. But when you know it, then you don't give a fuck, bro. You don't give a fuck if somebody agree or disagree. Not when you know that shit, because you know when you know something, you know other people don't know it. You know other people ain't gonna get it. Some people will get it, some people ain't. Because whatever you know, it took you time to know it, right? So that process in itself shows you, like, look, man, it took me a while to get it, so I know it's gonna take other people. Hold on, hello, hey, baby, you want chocolate?
That's crazy. So, while we on the topics of feelings, I want to ask people these questions, right? Why do we fear improvement, right? Is we, the feeling of worryation can be a blocker as far as, growth and improvement. But why do we fear the growth and improvement? Are we fearing this because there's people, we worry about other people's feelings? This is why we have this topic today, right? Because if we need to do something for ourselves, we can't keep worrying about everybody else's feelings, right? Some, like I said earlier, sometimes you got to be selfish with yourself and say, you know what? It doesn't matter if you think I'm soft for wanting to improve myself. It doesn't matter if you think I'm weak because I want to make a solution more understandable for somebody else to use in order for them to pick themselves up. The question is, why are you
Well,
so fearful that people are coming up? And that's the thing that we have to worry about going forward. Stop worrying about other people's feelings, and sometimes you got to check your own. If you don't check your own, then you you're gonna be in servitude because you allowing people to control your emotions and control your ideas and control your thought process, and you can't go nowhere in that process but down.
my bad. You know, sometimes I be able to put I be able to put the shit on mute. My wife and my sister. He say some crazy shit. I'd be like, babe, I'm gonna lie. She'd be like, I don't care. I'm your wife. We married. She's like, okay, then. Cool. It's a
Shout out to
level of
Mrs. Word.
decorum, hon. She only gave me the five. But and see, it's like you teach somebody something, bro, and they just run with it, and that's what she did because she used to be all, um, she used to, man, she a beast now. I ain't gonna say she was like timid or nothing like that. She was like just reserved. Now she like, fuck it. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
I got this big
well,
monster next to me. What you gonna do? She got that confidence. She
yeah,
can
but
say and
she's
do whatever the hell
also
she want because I'm behind her.
not only that is it's the reason why you having this conversation today. Like sometimes you just can't you can't be so reserved to where people can walk all over you, man. And that's what I was just saying. In the process of growing, man, you have to outgrow certain things. You got to outgrow your timidness. You got to outgrow your worryation. You got to outgrow the fears. The only way you can do that is if you try it. If you walk into, like, you're afraid of heights, go to the second floor. If you're afraid of bees, you know what I mean, go buy a flower, see if it stings. You know what I mean. You're gonna
Nah,
have to go through
nah,
the situation.
you
I'm just
straight to
saying.
be
Nah,
go
I
get a
know that
motherfucking
that ain't your
EpiPen.
thing. I'm just saying. Nah, because everybody's not. But my thing is, everybody they scared of the bee sting, not because they're allergic. They just afraid of the bee
Oh
sting.
nah, I don't
Sometimes
care about the thing.
I'm dying.
So
There's
you
people
ever
worried
get
about the sting, but they're not allergic to it. And that's what I'm saying.
mm,
Sometimes we be fearing things just because somebody else's experience made you fear it, right? Like,
yeah,
oh, like I don't look. I don't like planes because of 9/11, right? That's a serious thing. So now people don't want to fly and do things like that because of that one moment. But if would you rather drive 24 hours from New York to Miami, or would you get there? Would you want to get there in 3 hours? Right?
you
You
know
gotta
what?
take that worryation out and fly for 3 hours.
Like what you just said, I had a friend who didn't start driving until she was 25 because she got in a car accident when she was younger and she was just afraid to like be in cars. She used to catch the bus all the time. And then I told her, I was like, look, man, accidents happen all the time. Like I was in five, but check this out. You wasn't even driving. If you learn how to drive now, you're in control. She's been driving ever since. She didn't think of it that way. She was just afraid because she was in a car accident. So cars crash, accidents happen, yeah. But now you in control. So that concept in itself, when you afraid of things, take control. Like I was saying, like I'm allergic to bees. I get stung by them bitches. I can't breathe. That shit, I'm anaphylactic. That shit will close my air pipe up. So
I
if I got
understand.
an
Yeah.
EpiPen, then I'm good. If I got an EpiPen, so that's what I'm saying. Like when I was telling dude, like, bro, it's no point of fearing nothing in life, bro. Just prepare yourself for that shit, bro. Look, 'cause as long as you got fear, man, that shit go hinder you. That shit, fear do so much crazy shit. That shit'll push you away from your own destiny in life, bro. That shit'll push you away from your own greatness because you're afraid. And then when you have to encounter the shit and you experience, you be like, damn, that wasn't even bad. I done kept myself from doing this whole time, and I finally had to do it, and
Right.
now I realize, like, Yeah, that's how that should be, man. So now it's like,
5, 10
shit, I
years
learned
of
about it.
not cleaning yourself up. Right.
That's why when I be breaking fear down, like people can call fear whatever the fuck they want to call it. But what fear is the lack of knowledge. That's what fear is. You don't know. That's why you're so afraid. You don't know what will happen. Even if you see the shit happen, you don't know what will happen to you if you was in that situation.
Hmm.
But when you make preparation, then you like that's why people like shit, people was afraid to jump out of plane until they start putting parachutes on their back. I ain't jumping out no plane, but you got oh, okay, that thing will break my okay, yeah, I can jump out of a plane now. You know, when you when you prepare for shit, you be afraid of a test, but if you study, you go in that business. I ain't scared of this shit. I'm gonna knock this shit out. You know, prepare for shit, man. Learn about it. But that is just lack of knowledge. It's all fear. You're only afraid of something because you don't know.
Hmm.
That's all that shit is,
Yeah,
bro.
because people don't understand fear is a feeling, right? They y'all want to say it's an emotion, we gonna say it's a feeling. Why is it a feeling? Because it's stopping you from going forward into doing something, right? Now just imagine if somebody
Mm.
watched the movie Titanic, right, and they see all those people go over the boat, they all sitting there freezing to death and all that. And now you, just because you watched that movie, you decide I don't want to be on a boat because I seen Titanic. Those things are really happening. People really start worrying about fear and things, and locking themselves in, like I'm never taking a boat because of that movie or whatever. You know what I mean? You gotta, sometimes you gotta experience it yourself. I know we tell people, sometimes the best experience is you observing, but a lot of the other good part about experiencing on your own is that you can tell if you put your hand on that fire how hot it on that stove is. It's gonna be hot. You ain't gotta wait for your baby brother or sister to do it. Oh, it's hot now. If you do it yourself, you only need one time to fail. Now you know how to conquer that fear if you step up to the plate and challenge the fear in the first place. So it's all about your perception, how you are ready to attack a thing, to overcome a thing. If you can do that, your feelings of fear will no longer be a part of you. It will be behind you. I'm just, that's just me doing it from hindsight.
But think about it like this, bro. I mean, it was something that all of us experienced not too long ago when that pandemic happened. That shit was scary as hell at first, right? Until you took that shit and then you went through it and you're like, oh, okay. The motherfuckers in cut. Oh, I got this now. Yeah. Give me a couple days. I'll be all right. But when that shit first hit, people was like, oh my God. It was like a death sentence. You know, we was doing everything, putting gloves on, putting masks on, motherfucker walking around and balls and shit, trying to protect themselves, walking around with disinfectant bottles and shit. Like like they got a six shooter on their side. They got a disinfectant bottle and a gun holster and shit. But now, like shit, people catch that shit, they be like, "Ah, give me a couple days. You know, that's how that should be until you experience or become aware or have some form of knowledge of something. It's always gonna be scary because you don't know what to expect.
Mhm. And there go that word expectation again, right? You can't, you fear a thing because you don't have that expectation, like you just said. And instead of you saying, what's the worst that could happen, right? You just go in there and say, well, ain't nothing good could happen out of it. So now I'm not going to step up to the plate and challenge this fear that I have worried about. And that's what hinders growth. And when you hinder growth, you stagnate. And when you stagnate, you killing momentum and dreams. But it's like I said, it's up to you guys. It's up to the individual to say, you know what, I'm not allowing this fear to hold me no more. Let me get on this plane and get to enjoy wherever place I'm going to, instead of you driving 20, 24 hours. That makes no sense, because soon as you get there, especially if it's a weekend, you're gonna turn right back around because you got to be back home before that weekend's over.
I
So
ain't gonna
just
lie, bro.
imagine you driving. That's stupid.
I ain't gonna lie. I love road trips, bro. Like if I want to get somewhere and get there quick and do things, yeah, I fly. But I love road trips, bro. I love seeing new shit, seeing different shit. It's the journey. It's always. I think when I adopted that concept, I enjoyed it even more. 'Cause I used to hate road trips. Like, man, it's taking all goddamn day. Now I just be like, yeah, man, let's just enjoy the scenery, man. Always see something unique and stop. Just a random ass stop. Let's check this shit out. See what it's about. That's bro. That's I don't know, man. I miss that shit, bro. I ain't been on a road trip in like 4, 5 years. Well, no, I went to Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
but I'm talking about riding out. Like we used to ride to New Orleans all the time. And we took a couple different routes sometimes. Leave it there on the way back just to see some shit.
Yeah,
I remember
but
one
it's
time
also
we said fucking and went to
uh,
Atlanta. Coming home, we went to ATL. Fuck.
and that's what I'm saying, right? Because you get to experience some things, but it's more of a you not taking that. If you taking that trip by yourself, it's one thing, right? But if you got somebody in the car with you, it's about you having the moment with that individual, right? If it's somebody
Mhm.
of especially if it's somebody you like, right? I'll give you an example. So me driving from New York to Georgia is 14 hours, but I'm getting to have conversation with the kids, right? At the same time, one is a teenager, you got a couple that's like 8 and 9. So you having a conversation with them, they feeling comfortable once again because they know they ain't getting out the car, and at the same time, well, you building a rapport. Dad, I think I could tell you about this. My son explaining to me, he in his first relationship at 15. I'm like, well, you just got to be careful. All I'm gonna do is tell you as simple as this: no means no, and protect yourself. I can't say it the way I want to say it because you got your sisters in the car, but understand we'll have that conversation when we pull up, right? No is no, and protect yourself. That's the look. Do y'all want to say that's the birds and the bees? That's what it is. But I'm just telling you the simplest way to not get yourself caught up. No is no. Even if you say no, it's no. And if you're gonna do it to protect yourself, you have those conversations about, dang, I didn't really look at it. Of course you ain't looking at it. This is a new experience for you. But that's the time for you to build when you driving, right? But if you're trying to get somewhere to enjoy the time where you need to go, you're not gonna want to take that road trip. You want to get down there and enjoy the scenery. You know what I mean? That's like somebody saying I'm a drive to Vegas. That's like 2, 3 days. Ain't nobody got 2 or 3 days to be driving to Vegas, and then you get there, and then like that's crazy. But you got to be ready to remove the fear of flying if that's what's holding you back. Because if you go across country, obviously that's a scenic route. So you must want to do that. Now, if you fear the plane, that's not you wanting to do that. You just fear the plane. You got to figure out a way to not to over well, how would you say it? Not overcome it, but to understand that it's not as bad as you think. But in a way that's still overcoming it because it's something that you wouldn't have done before. But now that you experienced it yourself, it's not as bad as you feel. So now you can go ahead and take the quicker route instead of going around in circles.
Hey, you got 5 people in your chat. They quiet as shit. Ain't nobody even taking stuff support mom. Why y'all so quiet, man? Y'all don't like words. Y'all supporting Gary in silence. Let me start talking shit while I bring people away. I got a habit of that, bro. I don't know. Either you hate me or love me. Bro. That's just what it is. I can't do nothing about it. But man, y'all feel free to
I
chat,
don't,
man. I'm one of the most cool, easygoing people on the planet, bro.
I don't even know who's in the chat.
Ain't nobody take over there but me and Sport.
Oh, there you
I was
go.
just being petty for a
I
minute.
see it now.
I was just being petty. But no man.
Uh,
Hey
ain't
y'all people in the chat being quiet in the bushes up in the rafters, man. When do y'all prioritize your feelings over other people? Listen, I mean, let's have a conversation because shit. This is why I like having conversations like this because you get more tools, If you understand why people do stuff, shit, it might make sense. Like, damn, I've been doing it wrong. I could have been doing it like this. That's why I like having conversations and hearing different perspectives, right? Because it ain't no one way to do something, bro. There's always multiple routes, bro. You got multiple routes to everything, even in I don't know, metaphysical into the body and shit. But it ain't no one way to get
Yeah,
to something, bro. And that's the problem. Like shit, we might be only exposed to one way and it ain't working for us, but we hear somebody else's way and then we incorporate that. Like, oh shit, okay, that worked for me. That's knowledge. That's how you get aware of shit. That's why I tell people just be open minded, bro. Be open minded. You can learn from anything and anybody. I learned so much shit from nature, bro. Just in nature, watching shit, how things operate. Like my daily functions. A lot of my philosophies that I learned in martial arts, I apply that shit to my real life, bro. And I benefit from it. It makes sense. Like so
hmm
something can work one way or work in one area and it can translate into other areas. So just hearing different people's perspective. That's why I always say it's more important to listen than to hear. Be quick to listen and slow to speak, bro.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you follow that method, you intake so much to where now it's understandable, and now you can respond accordingly, right? And people just like I said, people here to respond instantly instead of taking the time to understand. Okay, now I understand why Word is saying what he's saying. Now this is where I can add to it A, B, C, and D. Right now, by us having these conversations, it allows people to, overcome the feeling of I may not know what to say, but we giving y'all, we give y'all the opportunity. Hey, listen, we got your back. So if you start to stutter or something, we gonna take your time. You know what I mean? It's like when you first train your child to ride a bicycle with the little peg, the extra wheels, so that way they may not have their balance, but you allowing them to learn how to pedal, and then when you take those the extra
Training.
wheels off, now you got to learn how to balance the training wheels. You got to learn how to balance. You got to teach the kid how to balance. That's what we do here in real life. We not here to stunt nobody. We not here to trump nobody. We ain't here to get nobody caught up. We want you to have balance in life, right? So if you coming from another place and it's not kind of it's not the same as it is over there, sit down and have a conversation to see, hey, I can add to this conversation. But now you adding balance to yourself because you're coming from a section where it's not as comfortable as it is over here. So y'all gotta have the open mind. Y'all gotta be willing to, remove the feelings of worriations and doubt and anxiety and all that other stuff to have conversations like this. We will always be available, but like I said, it's up to you. It's up to you, the individual. If you want to say something, feel free. Type it in the chat. We can answer questions in the chat. We can, if you want to come up, we'll have a conversation too. But we cannot grow if we don't know what type of seed is being planted in the first place. Whether it's your seed, my seed, whatever we're trying to grow, but it needs to be put in fertile ground. We have the fertile ground. We are the fertile ground. But it's up to you to decide what seed you want to plant. So it's up to you guys. It's not up to us.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was just curious. I thought I had more people participate in this conversation because this is something I think, um, like I said, even with me, bro, I know a lot of times on here I be, too nonchalant or laid back and shit. And it was times people get upset, like, bro, they throwing shots. I'd be like, nah, it's cool, bro. I done had people do subliminal. I don't care about none of that shit. That shit to me, like when people do subliminal, that shit to me, like you weak as fuck anyway. You can't just say it. I mean, say that shit from your chest. That's how I be feeling. Like if I want to say something, I'm gonna say it. And when I say it, I mean that shit, bro. I say when I say it, I let a lot of shit go, but when I want to say something, oh no, I say it. 'Cause I don't feel like nobody can do shit about it anyway. So I'm gonna say what I want when I want to, but I'm respectful, and I'm considerate of other people's feelings and emotions. So I just don't say the first thing or anything that come to my mind. I pick myself with that shit a lot. Like, damn, why you thinking about
Yeah.
that person like that? Or why you looking at this person? I be checking myself, bro. Like, because look, this is my rule, bro. I got a rule. Like, I don't create assumptions on people. I let people show me who they are. So even if I see a person displaying a particular behavior, I just don't assume they that way. I always look at the consistency. Now, if they just like that all the time, then that's who they are. But a lot of times, shit happens. You know, it'd be some type of outside stimulant to make people react or respond a certain way. So, I always take that in consideration because I know I can be triggered. Like everybody has triggers, but everybody has triggers. And if you trigger, then you trigger. PIA, what up, though? Appreciate you,
Yeah,
sis.
what's happening?
Appreciate you.
You know,
So I always take that in
and
consideration. I always check my shit first. Don't come over here by
you
me.
know,
Nope. I don't want no kisses. I don't want no
oh,
kisses.
that must be that
Yeah, I tried to get
must
her
be
butt to
no.
go outside with me earlier and she didn't want to go. Now she looking at me. You getting old, girl. Your face turning gray.
Time is
Yeah,
time.
gray
Time is
bottom
time, and
skin.
life is life. Things are getting real out there. But that, like I said, I don't want nobody to feel like, when you come over here, you don't you have nothing to fear, right? We just want y'all to be comfortable. We just want y'all to have the conversation. We want y'all to understand that you guys are important to us, right? We're not trying to say that your feelings don't matter, even though the title may say that. We saying sometimes you gotta not worry about another person's feeling and say what you need to say, right? Like, yo, you know what? I agree with this one, or I disagree with you because this, and this. And then you can add to the conversation. You may help us understand why we're wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with
Mhm.
improving yourself. But the only thing is you have to help us improve, because if we keep going by the way we going, we may not never see the wrong that we doing. But we need y'all to participate, because you guys is just important. Without you, there can't be an us. That's why we say a better you is a better us. Because without you, I mean, we can go ahead and do things on our own. That's not what I'm saying. But you help us to become better people, because your input, your ideas, your thought process can help us to see things in a different from a different perspective. We got different lenses. You on the outside looking in. That's the only time that the outside looking in really matters, because you get to look inside of a situation and say, well, I think, in my experience, I can do A, B, and C. Well, we never looked at that. If we apply that to our lives and we become better, you just made us better and you made yourself better. That's why we saying participation is a key. But we don't want y'all to feel afraid to worry about, how people going to perceive you. We just want you to feel comfortable enough to come up and say what you need to say, because you can help us become better people. That's just the way it is.
Shout out to PIA. Yeah, I get the 5 memberships and you got one, so appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, the title is the title. I mean, if people read it, then, it's more or less asking a question like, when do you prioritize? I had to put that shocking statement in first, so that's just to gather people attention. And that's
Yeah,
what they
because
call
at
that.
the end,
The Yeah, that's just an emotional trigger. Just people to look at the title, but I mean, when they finish reading it, they see the question: when do you prioritize your feelings over other people? Like, cause I'm probably more passive um than most people, and that's because just the emotional intelligence, and I can understand, and I got a high level of empathy too. So it's shit I let just slide and dismiss and move forward too. When others might not. Nope, get away from me. No, I'm mad at you. No, and you better not jump on my couch. I guess you gonna sit right up under me, huh? Okay. Yeah, whatever. Listen, Ma, what up, though, sis? What up, Nine? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just know I'd be more laid back. As I was telling my wife today, like, she was talking about, yeah, they about to burn all this food. And I'm like, man, they do that shit all the time, man. He like, that don't make you mad. I'm like, man, I ain't getting mad at shit I can't do nothing about. I'm straight. I'm just not. I know people feel some type of way about all this stuff happening in the world, but shit, I don't. I can't do nothing about it. I ain't about to feel no type of way. That shit go drain me. I'm good. I got my own shit to worry about. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but there's a lot. Um, oh yeah, we good, Missing Mind. We good tonight. We good tonight. Yeah, we chill. Yeah, I had a couple crazy nights. I had 2 crazy days, man. I don't know if, I don't know if you know Dub, man. Dub was over here. I had to go off on him, but he cool. I ain't fucking with him no more. But he cool. He cool wherever he at. I wish the best for him. Hope he get his shit
Uh-uh.
together. Fuck with
We
that
ain't
dude.
we ain't we ain't, listen, we ain't avoiding the question of the night. The question of the night is Mr. Mod. I heard you wanted to be a nine. What's going on? Is that factual? I need to know.
Gary putting you on the spot. Gary put you on the spot, Mr. Mott. I wouldn't take that from him. I would not take that from Gary.
I wouldn't take it from me either, but I'm just saying if that's what I mean. I'm just asking the question because
And Mr.
I
Mott,
heard it, and then I heard it, and then I was for real, and I'm like, nobody spoke, nobody else said nothing about it. I'm just trying to get understanding.
if he answers your question right there. Craig, my brother, what up, though? And Mr. Mott, you right, too. I want to add to that. It ain't life if it ain't drama involved. Shit, life in general. Drama all through life, man. I was watching some squirrels beefing earlier. Like, man, the squirrels out here beefing, bro. They really fighting. Like, bro.
Yeah, they fighting over possession. What happened? You finished being loud?
That's my boy Craig. Tree rats, man. Squirrels are like some of the coolest animals to me, bro. I don't know why. They just kind of look. I don't know. Maybe because Chippendales wasn't squirrels; they was chipmunks. But I think that's why I like squirrels because Chippendales from when I was a kid. This is a Chippendale Rescue Ranger. Chippendale. Yeah, I think that's why I like squirrels now. Because when I was little, I used to think chipmunks were squirrels. I ain't know it was different. They all tree rats. They all some type of rodent. So hey, they cousins. Bro, how you gonna sit right by my feet knowing I can't get up without stepping on you? Don't look at me like that.
uh, but on some real stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the more the merrier for me, right? I'm going back to what Mrs. Maz said. The more the merrier. If you can help, like shout out to Mrs. Maz because even in her conversation, they be going to the extreme sometimes. They want to challenge the new people. That's what's up. But if you hold your own, even that conversation I had on our panel, I think it made me a whole lot better. It allowed me to embrace new ideas and new situations, even if you don't agree with it. The fact that you having the conversation, it allows people to select. You know, if not about who's being right or anything like that, it adds to if it works for me, let me add that to my life, and there was many different viewpoints. So, you know, when you come into a group like this, or you ask to be in a group like this, that's what it's all about. You allowing people to improve themselves. And like I said, even though Miss Ahmad has, many different conversations and in many different viewpoints, it adds to people's growth. So shout out to her.
Yeah, I do place Mr. Knox for He's just real, bro. Like authentic, genuinely her, bro. Like I don't. It's just refreshing because the world consists of so many people trying to be something instead of being what they are or being who they are. And when you can be you, man, with the scars and all that, man, that shit beautiful to me. That's why, like, I like my little dent in my head. I got a crater in my head, so I'm gonna put the tube in there. I enjoy that, man. I enjoy my little crater. Man, if she didn't give me no pretzels, bro, then my wife, y'all about to hear me. Y'all about to hear how I harassed her if I ain't getting the pretzels in the belly, bro.
No, we ain't trying to
Um,
hear all that. I'm just saying we ain't trying to hear all that. We really ain't.
oh
Cause you
no,
going
I'll
you
just,
going you gonna be getting off about 10 minutes after
bruh.
you try that.
I got this. You say mini. You have a mini pretzels. Do I look mini to you? I'm thinking. She like, no. Is that the dog? I love you too. Is that the dog? No, no. Nah, go back over there with your mama. Get away from me. Get your dog. Call your dog. Gone. Nope. You ain't want to be over here with me and locking you up. Oh, but I had to pay for it. You got me mini pretzels. I hate mini pretzels. Like,
You didn't you didn't say what type of pretzels, even though she's supposed to know. She got you pretzels. It's a temporary setback. Enjoy it or tolerate it. Look, I just told you toleration is moderation. See how it comes into play. You gotta deal with the bad. It's just like
Mm.
him. Like I was saying, I was telling somebody. I don't remember who I was telling. Sometimes you get if you playing cards, you're not gonna get the hands that you was. I was telling this to my son. Like you're not gonna get all the best hands. Sometimes you gonna get some stupid hands, right? You know what I mean? If you playing spades, you ain't gotta have all the spades, but you can have a couple aces. You can add to somebody else's value. You can help your partner make a couple of books. Doesn't mean you get set back. You play the hand that's been dealt to you. Who knows? The next hand may be the best hand for you. But you got to deal with what you got. You got to play the hand that you get. And sometimes the hands ain't good. That's why you got to be thankful if you get up the next day, because that next day the best hand could be the greatest hand. So you got to be appreciative, but you got to have understanding to know that you know every day is not going to be your best day. But that's the balance of life, and that's what everybody needs to really focus on as far as going forward.
Nothing more. Sometimes you just gotta tell people how it is, man. That's what happened. You be all considerate of other people's feelings and shit, and then they say fuck your feelings, and you reciprocate it. Just reciprocate it.
Uh,
But no, I
I
feel
don't
that.
know. I
I
know.
feel that though.
All I know is that Jill trying to make somebody convert to the dark side. I ain't. You gotta have very good patience to deal with someone like that. So
Who, Jill?
I'm just sitting back. Jill, yeah.
I don't take that dude serious, bro. I don't take shit he takes serious, bro. That dude lost in the sauce, man. That dude lost in the sauce, man. Mm-mm.
I mean, you talking
I,
about take
like
my
if people,
email. Let
if
me
you
see
don't,
your email.
if you don't practice what you
Why would I
preach,
do
then
that?
I'm good.
I mean, if like I said earlier, if that's not your consistency in life, then why would you even want to talk about it? You can't show how it benefits you, right? You know what I mean? If it doesn't benefit you, what are you trying to hide? Like I don't understand it. You can't tell somebody to be careful and then you are reckless. You know, that's why I
It,
say
it,
when you point
it,
something out, you got three fingers pointing back at you.
like I learned on here, like not even on here, just in real life, people will often judge you to validate themselves. You know, they try to put a judgment on you to validate where they at and how they are. You know, they look at their life like, damn, my life ain't shit. But then they come online or in real life sometimes and go try to shit on someone else just by their position in life. But then when you go back home alone by yourself, you realize, yeah, even though I did that, my life still ain't shit. And so that's why I say, bro, like, man, I put a lot of work in me because I used to look around like, man, why they got that and I don't have it? And then I realized because they put the work in to get it. And then I just said, look, I got to be better because I got to go out there. I got to make connections. I got to do, and I start doing that. I just start doing better. I start doing better things. Start putting myself around more intellectual people to learn more things and shut the fuck up and listen sometimes and be open minded to shit. Like I said, I practice a lot of different religions and I learned a lot of great things from all those individual religions that I apply to my life today. And it makes me a better person. And then I realized, like, look, it ain't just one way of life, bro. It's just not. You know, there's multiple ways we see it every day with different races, different religions, different cultures. You know, we got a lot of similarities, but the differences we can learn from one another. You know, we similar, but we got differences. So if I can understand your differences, I can learn something new. And that's just how I applied it. So what up, Nine? That's my
Appreciate you,
Nine.
Stone Nine. Appreciate you, dog.
Was to help them out. It could be that. It could be that. You know what? It could because I met people like Jill, but it's like you. Um, like when I was younger, I was able to chisel people armor off. But now that I'm older, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna wait till that shit fall off. But you know, people got to be open. You know, and a lot of times, like I found out, just like talking about life, not per se religion or not, just literally talking about life. That's when you make the headways. But when you start adding all these different religions and cultures and races, and when you start adding all that, that's when the division begins. Those things are separated. But when we talk about life, like life, we can talk about us as an individual, how we feel, like how when you start talking about stuff like that, that's when you know make the headway. Well, I mean, you never know why people come into your life until you know, right?
Yeah,
Like
there's a
y'all,
cause and effect. Yeah. Huh. How's he doing? I ain't seen him in a minute.
I don't know. I haven't actually seen him in a minute. Man. Oh, where's your Craig, son? When you let your motor mouth over the cat here, what is being said to you? Craig said something up here. I highlighted. I wanted to read. Too. Um, oh, here. You can't be a winner without losing because you don't know how to handle the victory. Hey, bro, telling
I
you. Hmm.
agree with that 100%. You can't, I get it. Most people, in the world of competition, there's no such thing as moral victory. I understand all of that, right? I'm saying everything ain't got to be about competition. If you ain't competing with nobody, you can get a moral victory. Why? Because you overcoming a feeling or you're overcoming a fear, right? You thought, just imagine if everybody was all sore losers. They would never want to make the attempt to play the game because they worrying about losing. So when you lose, you learn what your what your weakness is in the game, and you work on it, and now it ain't a weakness no more. So now that you worked on it, now you might get another outcome than the first outcome you came. But until then,
Mm.
I always say winners never quit and quitters never win. That means in order for you to win, you got to overcome certain situations. You can't just fall down because the ball is not bouncing your way or anything to that example, right? If things ain't going your way, sometimes you got to make your own momentum. You got to make your own luck. Just luck don't just fall out of the sky. Sometimes you can make your own luck, and until you do that, you can be on the losing side all day long. I just hope if you are, you don't become a sore loser and you learn from it, and now you become a victim, a victor, and not a victim. Well, it's all about what you gaining from the situation.
See, Mr. Mott, I only interacted with him at one time, but I read how comfortable he was with assuming things about people. A lot of times when people jump to assumptions like that, they're projecting. They projecting. So when he was doing that with me, and then I seen him do it with a couple other people after that. Like I said, I don't. I have no opinion about the guy. I just know it's hard to have a conversation with him, like an honest conversation, like because it's like you instead of listening to what I'm saying, you assuming things. You hearing to react. He reacting to different phrases or words that I'm saying versus the context of what I'm saying. So like I it my ADHD kick in when people start doing shit like that. So I stopped taking people serious. I'm just being real, bro. Like when people not listening to me, my ADHD, I don't be wanting to talk to them. So but like I said, I never say he good or bad. I don't know if something happened recently. I ain't see it, but um, a lot of times people like Doug, like I know, like he's screaming for help. That dude Doug, he's screaming for help. And I ain't want to go off on him like that, but everything I said was factual, man. I mean, it is what it is. You need some help. Stop drinking. Start practicing instead of reading. Like it's cool to read and know the Bible, but if you really believe in that shit, practice it and get the benefit from it. Get the bit, and if you can't, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing and how you're doing. I was just giving them some solid advice. When somebody, oh, you're just telling me to do better, and like, bro, what the fuck? You don't want people around you who encourage you and shit. Like, okay, now you keep talking. You telling me more and more about yourself. You just want people to agree with your bullshit. I'm straight. I tell myself I can do better. I tell my wife to do better every day. I tell my son. My 2-year-old daughter probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but I tell her, do better. That's just what we do, bro. We push each other. Mm. Learn something new a day. Challenge yourself. Shit. But yeah, there's a lot of people on here, who, actually looking for guidance or trying to find a way or, seeking help and just don't know how to ask. A lot of
And that's
people.
why we're here. But that's
Mm.
why we're here. We're making the effort for someone to have the conversation, right? You and your feelings, right? We're afraid for you. We're not afraid for you. We're afraid with you. That's why we come and have these conversations, right? Because somebody may be at wit's end and may want to harm themselves. We don't want nobody to harm themselves. We don't want nobody to go out there and do something reckless. We giving y'all the floor so you can, if we can help you, the most important help we can give you is just to sit here and allow you to vent. That's why he makes venting Fridays. That's why, even though he, like I said, the topic is what it is. We got to worry. You got to worry about your feelings too. You got to worry about yourself as well. Here's your floor. Here's your opportunity to get whatever you need to get off your chest, because we know pressure busts pipes, and in real life, when that pressure does bust that pipe, you got to find way. You ain't gonna have everything in order to place it, because you're not expecting that pipe to bust. But now that we're making it more comfortable for people to have those conversations. We hoping that you feel secure enough for us to uh embrace your situation and help you get through it. For the most part, there's people that can testify, about what we do. For the most part, that's why people, some of these people keep coming back. But I'll allow them to tell their stories. But at the end of the day, that's why we're here. We don't want nobody to go to the left and do some extreme. We want you to be the best version of yourself. Now, if you don't want to be the best version, I'm sorry, we ain't the ones for you. That's just how I view it.
You want to ask the Stoic question first? You hear me, Gary?
Yeah, I hear you. I forgot I was on mute. What does it mean to reflect, to observe? What does that mean?
There she go. Don't go.
What does that entail? Seems like people watch but don't observe. I'm gonna let you handle that because I think we answered that earlier. I know he a workaholic, but hi, lady of the nine, chat, where you at?
Hi, Gary. Hi, Word. Hi, Chat. Where you at? What up, Nine?
What up, man?
Man, Stoic over here trying to start uh, 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 a stimulating conversation, but I think we answered this about an hour ago. Commander, I'm gonna let Commander
He
answer it.
said,
Be so nice.
man, seems like people watch, but they don't observe. What does it mean to reflect, to observe? Well, I think that's that emotional intelligence. I don't know. To observe, to watch. I don't know. It's the same thing to me, I guess. Okay, like if you're watching something, like let's say you're watching something on YouTube, but you're just watching and you're not really like thinking about it, I guess. So to reflect and observe, to think about it, you would have to think about it. Just like when Word poses these questions, if you just like the poll questions, if you just answer the poll question real quick, you just like, okay, real quick. But you don't think about it, you like really think about it, then you might change your mind and you might not, you might answer a different way.
I would say
See,
watching
Stoic.
is an aspect of observation. So to reflect is to think back, right? You're thinking back. You thinking. So even reflecting is an aspect of observation. To reflect back on something, what your what the intent should be is to observe what happened. So observation is a simple word with a complex meaning, right? Is integral parts about it. But basically what you're doing is trying to comprehend, right? So you can observe, like y'all observing this conversation we're having. You're observing a conversation. So to get to observe it is to extract the context or the meaning out of it. That's what you're doing. But like I said, is a simple word with a complex meaning because it's multiple things you have to do to observe. Observing something is an acquired skill. It's not something that innately you're born with. You're not born with the ability to observe. You hone different skills over time to observe. Listening, usually when people say observe, they use it interchangeably with seeing something or looking at something or watching something, visual basically, when observation is not. What you're doing is breaking down the context of what you're looking at. And you can do that through listening. You can do that with critical thinking. Observation, critical thinking is a part of observing, you know. So yeah, people watch, but they don't observe. Just because you watching don't mean you observe. But
Yeah,
watch
I
be
agree with
an
that.
aspect of observing. Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Let's say a police
Mhm.
officer rolls up. Let's say a police officer rolls up on two men. One has a weapon pointed at another man, and the man's holding a kid, right? Unless the police officer has a little more context, observes, waits, holds back, like without making that just straight away decision. The man with the weapon could be pointing the weapon at the man trying to steal his own child. But if you're not observing, if you don't stop to think about it, listen to what's happening, you may think the guy with the weapon is the bad guy.
Hmm. That was a perfect analogy. That shit was fucking awesome right there. You know what I was about to say?
That's
You might be riding down the street, seeing somebody getting their ass whooped, and you stop and help, and don't realize the person getting their ass whooped just robbed this person. Shit like that, But that was perfect the way you said that.
yep. That's why I said, Commander, you get it. I knew she was gonna answer that correct.
See, the apprentice, man. I'm telling you, I ain't playing.
Mhm. Though you better stop playing, because if you think watching is observing, you got some more talks to do. You've been MIA anyway. That's not the same thing. Just because you see it, that doesn't mean you observe it. There's more. It's more. If it's five senses, you got to use all five senses to observe, or the however many senses you need to in that situation. You may not be able to smell something, but you damn sure can hear it. You may not be able to hear it, but you can see it. You see what I'm saying? You may not be able to see it, but you may have to taste it. You it's all of that comes into play. But if you don't understand that those are all a part of the process of observation, then we got some more work to do.
It's just like I don't know, like did this ever happen to you guys? Like you read like a chapter in a story, but you read it, but you don't like. Then someone asks you, "Well, what happened in the chapter?" I don't know. I just read it. I wasn't really. I just
Man,
read
I
it.
did that. I did that shit watching. I was watching something with my wife. She got up and went to the bathroom. The whole time I'm watching it, when she came back, she was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "You know what? I don't even know." I was sitting there watching the whole goddamn thing. I just wasn't paying attention. I was watching. I just wasn't paying attention. Mm.
Exactly. Hey, it happens to me all the time.
It's just like when you read something, a picture comes into your mind, you reflect on the picture, then you gotta understand what the picture was in your mind, and then you start hearing different things, you observe different things, and then you come to a conclusion. That's why, I ain't trying to step in it, but that's why people have different concepts about, that book, that the greatest story ever told. Because they see things and don't understand what they're seeing. I didn't see that. It's right there. Oh, I missed that part. Of course you did. Now the story is going to be different. Now your observation of the story becomes different, because now you're taking the time to understand what the story is actually telling you. Hey,
You think
there was two beginnings. There's three beginnings. Yeah, that's what it says. You tell me if you read it. You know what I'm saying? That's all about observation.
man, mine said I saw my ex getting beat up at a party, so I jumped in to help. He ain't stand a chance against the both of us.
That's hilarious.
I think Maud is Albert Fry. That's who Mrs. Ma remind me of. Albert Fry.
Who's
Commander's
that?
Chelsea
Who's Albert
Green.
Fry?
Yeah. That's the lady on wrestling. And you Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, she be allowing a lot of things, like she be selling a lot of things, but when it's time to get serious, she gets serious. I was like, that's Commander. Word like you, but I'm like, nah, I'm just saying that's who she is.
I'm
Commander
more
will
like
let a lot of things go. Who you
yeah, I
think you
let a
like?
lot of things go. I'm one of those people that like that. It's like I'll let things go, I'll let it go, let it go. I won't say nothing. But it's not good though. It's not good to then like blow up at the end, you know? Like do
Mm-hmm.
something
I
like
hear
cuz
you.
really you should be okay, yeah, let something go, let little bit, but you should speak up, not wait till it gets too bad. to where you're like blowing up on someone. Now, if you told them how you felt or what it is and they keep doing it, then yeah, they probably deserve it.
Mm.
Yeah, but some people just want like 5 or 6 warnings. I'm only giving you one. That's it. Let that be your last. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. You know the rest. And a lot of people just don't understand. Nobody's gonna keep giving you grace. Nobody's gonna keep, allowing you to make them look awkward or foolish or however it is. Somebody's gonna put their foot down and say enough is enough. And hopefully for their sake, they ain't doing nothing violent behind that. So y'all better be careful.
Yeah, some people are just used to being disrespectful. Like they don't care about other people's feelings. They just do whatever they want to do and say, and they're just straight up disrespectful.
Yeah, Matt,
So
I
what do they
couldn't be over
deserve?
there. I would have went off on him. I promise you, if I was over there, I would have went off. I'd be in that mood too. I don't like when dudes like. I'm pretty sure you was just laid back doing your thing. We did what mine said. Some dude called her a B, and then said Jesus is too. Like,
Oh, I'm sure she laughed at him. There's things
no,
that
mine
don't
said she
bother
went
me
off
that
on him.
truly, there's things that truly don't bother me.
I just don't like
See
when
that,
dudes like get aggressive with women. That shit weird to me, man.
hey, like, come
Like,
on, man. Like, don't do that.
Like the dude
That's like
calling
when
me
old boy called
girly,
me girly.
girly.
That pissed me off. I swear that pissed me off so much. I was like, oh my God. She's not a little child. Don't talk to her like that. Like, come on, man. That's very disrespectful. Now I
Yeah,
don't
it
know. I
didn't
don't know
really.
who he is, what he is. No, that's just because that's who you are. But you know what I mean? Don't do that. That's like if somebody
Yeah,
call a
he's
white person a
disrespectful.
cracker. Right, and that's what I'm saying. Don't do that, man. There ain't nobody on that panel did nothing to disrespect you. But you talking about the decorum. If you knew what the decorum was, you wouldn't even say what you said in the first place. But
That's the thing. If
nah,
someone dishes
that's
it, they should be able to take it. Like if you're gonna,
nope.
like
mhm.
I know if I'm gonna talk to someone a certain way, then I better be able to take it. Like if I'm
No,
just
he ain't
joking, I
Like
better
friendly.
be
what?
able to take the joke or be talked to the same way because that's what I'm putting out. So
Nah.
But
But a
this the
lot of
funny
people
thing. I don't know if y'all
they do hit and
noticed this.
runs.
I don't know if y'all noticed this. You see the energy he gave Mr. Blah compared to the energy he gave Frankie. Like I
yes,
already know why he was talking to me like that because I'm laid back and I felt cool. But off rip, man, Frankie was going in. He ain't say shit to Frankie the whole time. He ain't say shit to Frankie the whole time.
he was kind of
I
being
think,
rude to Frankie at one point too, though.
He ain't said
yeah,
nothing
he
out
don't
the
know
way,
no better.
cutting him off and stuff like that. But he ain't say nothing out the way to Frankie. Or if he did, I didn't
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, because Frankie's like, "What? You just want me to be here, not say nothing, or like I'm not? What did he say? He's not like a furniture piece." Frankie said, "I'm not something like that." He said. Listen, the guy just likes to dominate the conversation and then just like shut everyone down and do what he wants
Well,
to
don't
do
nobody
and talk
listen.
about what
Don't nobody listen to his ass in real life, man. You can tell.
you can tell.
No, I'm serious, man. I be sitting there be having, like, I be listening to people talk, and I can always tell the people who don't have people to talk to in real life. I can always tell.
Poor little Tink Tink.
Whole little thing.
That's sad. But that's why I'm saying, we show so much grace and allow people to. But if you ain't got a voice you ain't got a leg to stand on, so your voice ain't even gonna be heard. It's just gonna be blah blah blah. We not here for none of that. That's what he has to understand. So until we know word. Well, word guys. He
Fuck,
has a
man.
very huge heart, huh?
I ain't fucking with that boy no more. I gave him 2 strikes, man. That's as big as my heart will get, son. I wish him the
Oh
best though.
yeah.
I don't wish nothing bad on nobody or nothing like that. I just can't fuck with you. I already had the experience and didn't enjoy it, don't want it. There's a billion other people on this planet I can deal with. I'm straight. Mm-mm.
You know, you would
Tried
think
twice,
like if
bro.
you would think if someone doesn't have people to talk to and then you have an opportunity to talk to people that you would appreciate it and act
Yeah,
accordingly.
yeah, absolutely.
Where's realist? Where's realist one? Act accordingly.
I know I can't even put his backdrop up no more. You know, we through here. So I gotta make a new one. I'm gonna say act dually. Yeah, shout out to Realist though, man. He was last time Gary shared stream, I think he popped in, didn't
Yeah. Matter of
he? Yeah, I
fact, as
think he
soon as you
popped in
said
there.
that, I don't know if he got a premiere, but it just said uncle killed by nephew over eating. What was that? A honey bun?
Oh hell no,
So
man.
this is what I'm saying. People be going to the extremes over the smallest things, but when it's time to stand up for the
Well, honey,
real
one
thing,
more.
they fold like cheap chairs. Like, come on, man.
Mm.
Eh,
I
These
remember,
people are so
bro. Look,
backward.
I remember I was talking to this chick and she told me to come over, and I usually like the hood she was in. I used to hustle over there, but when I stopped hustling, I didn't go over there no more. Because I wasn't about that life no more. So anyway, I go over there. We sitting on her porch. All years, motherfucker, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, damn, we're going to crib and shit. I'm like, all right, I'm going home. I'm straight. He called me. She was like, yeah, those was 2 brothers. They was fighting over Kool-Aid. I'm like, they got the dumping over who make the best Kool-Aid, bro. They start shooting at each other.
Wait, shooting
Shooting at each other.
over
One dude got
Kool-Aid?
Over
shot in the leg
Kool-Aid.
over fucking Kool-Aid, bro. I'm telling you, man.
That's
At
the
that
hood
time,
for you.
that's when people was popping them Obama heads. What is that shit called?
I don't know.
Molly. They call it. Well, we used to call it Molly or something different now. Well, it's another
Yeah,
name for
it's a lot.
ecstasy.
Ecstasy
They
pills.
popping that. Man, people was going crazy over that shit.
Kool-Aid though. You see what I'm saying? This is when you know there's a lot of disturbed people out there.
Yeah,
And,
bro.
and, and you
Who
know,
lived around
they not
them?
they not even look, they not even functional addicts. They just straight addicts. Like there's no they morale ain't working, their function is off, they coordination is imbalanced. That's when they need help. But you know, when you got people talking about, so what they said that people that need help ain't gonna do. I don't know how you gonna receive help if you don't understand that you got to take the first step in the first place. That's what I'm saying. That's a feeling that no one should ever have to go through. You gotta embrace the help. You gotta embrace the fact that you need help in order to accept the help that's coming for you anyway. So I don't know where people going with their feelings of not wanting to help, but hey, until you want it, you ain't gonna receive it.
Some people are just comfortable with just always apologizing.
No,
Oh, I was
it's
I
it's
was
it's more.
drinking, and when I drink, yeah, I say these things, and so okay. So you know when you drink, you say inappropriate things, but you still do
Before I
it.
come online. All right, you 40
So
years
you
old.
just
Before I come online and do
so you
it.
just say
My bad.
apologizing.
That was a bad ad lib. My
Yeah,
bad. Mm.
no, it ain't no bad ad lib. It's just as simple as this. Like I always said, some people's peace is chaos. So when you come up here, you got to be. Why they don't never have that conversation without that truth serum? I'm gonna call it truth serum. You don't never have a conversation without that truth serum. That means you is weaker than all outdoors. Because if you need a spirit to tell you that you need to say what you feel and feel what you say, that's on you. You need all the help you can get. That's that's just the bottom line. Ain't no spirit supposed to be telling you, drink me and now I'm gonna make you strong. What the hell? That ain't how
Mm.
that's supposed to go.
People like that need to get drunk and find the nearest corner and go talk to it. That's what they need to do. They find the nearest corner and go talk to it. They be all right. They can say everything they want to say and won't hurt nobody's feelings, bro. They won't get into no shit and nothing. Find the nearest corner and talk to it. But I already said what a lot of people come on here, bro, to vent what's inside of them out. There's a safe space and they can get away with saying crazy shit to strangers that they never see and meet in real life. So that's what a lot of people do on here. A lot of people don't be talking like that in real life because they still alive, bro. I told you, everybody
Appreciate
talking
you.
like that shit in real life. They still alive,
Stoic,
man.
we
They
appreciate you,
ain't doing that
Stoic.
shit in real life.
We
Hold on,
appreciate
bro.
you kindly,
I
Stoic.
got it. I got to hit him with the double whammy. I got to hit him with the double whammy. Where's it at?
The key word is consistency, right? Yeah, consistency is hard work. Hard work. Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out.
Here you go, bro. In my bathrobe, doing the thing. Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out. The key word is consistency, right?
The key word is consistency, right? Hey, shout out to Robbie. Shout out to Bricky. Shout out to my boy Bricky, man. I had a good conversation with Bricky. Shout out to Elderlin. Bridget Sus. Shout out to Sus. Shout out to Anita Sweet. Petty Petty Piper.
Anita. Shout out to Stoic. I
Shout
haven't
out
seen
to
Anita in a
Stoic.
little while.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Stoic
No,
number
Anita.
she's
9.
straight.
999. 99999
I know, you know what, who never get picked too? I think Gary got picked one time. Gary has me in here every day. His ass got picked one time and we gifted. I just gifted 10 today. Or 5. I don't think I'll get you 5.
Well, I ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about it. We gonna ride this. We gonna ride them nines to the nine fall off. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna continue to build. We gonna continue to strengthen. We gonna continue to encourage. What words say, whatever you allow us to be, we gonna be. That's what it is.
Nothing wrong
But
with
shout
you,
out to
dude.
Stoic.
That was number 9.
Shout shout out to Stoic number 9. But just don't be so damn distant. You be disappearing for like 2 weeks. I'm about to put you on a kangaroo back. So you seen this guy? You seen this
Best
VT?
government.
You
Oh man, my face hurt.
know what her?
I get in trouble with missing mine in real life. If I was around her, we'd be just talking shit to everybody, bro. You talk shit like I talk shit. I just be talking shit, bro.
I just want to know. I just want to know how they got so much composure. Commander, how you got so much composure and not let things bother you? I need to understand that.
It depends on who it's coming from.
Great point.
Because I don't. I sense it. I don't even want to. I don't even want to be around it. I don't even want to hear it. I'm out of there. Ping. I don't even want to deal with it. You. That's why. That's why you so awesome. Cause you'll sit there and take it and then throw a punch. That haymaker be hitting though. You done ran people up out of here. They don't even know. They out of here.
I have never ran anyone out.
Man, you petty as hell.
Oh, there was this
You
one
petty as
person a
hell.
long time ago.
Nah, shit. Hey, y'all. I done rubbed off on y'all, man. Y'all be throwing
Yeah, that's
subliminal.
that. That's that. Yeah, that's that word right there. You know, rubbed off on us. I'm just saying, like, I can't do it. Like, it be so many people that be coming out. Like, I said, look, the one time I had a conversation with Melanie, I don't even know. She ain't been back since. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think Mel be in the
They
bushes. Well, Mel be there. She be in a lot of places. Mel be everywhere. I'll be everywhere, man.
Mr. Ma, where I gotta call Bond. We gotta find Bond. Bond been disappearing. He been on Mr. Ma channel. They been trying to get him.
Bond? Man, Bond be lighting their
Bond,
ass
yeah.
up. That should be funny, bro. Bond be lighting people ass up, bro. I be sitting back like, bro, his
Bond be
name
like, I'm
Bond,
out.
bro. That's like some, he on some double O
Bond
seven
be like,
shit. You don't think he go,
him and Mr.
Bond
Bond,
be on
those
some
two are
double O
so
seven.
funny. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bond be like, I'm out of here. Mr. Bond like, and stay out. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
dude.
Mhm.
All we
But
doing
like
now, we
Commander
gonna wait for
said,
the show to go live. That
but like Commander said, man, a lot of times it's about who it's coming from. Because I don't be taking people serious half the time, but I just be like, well, you broken anyway. Fuck it. What you
but I
gonna
think
expect?
that's what I think you know, like I think that's a turnoff for me. Like, yo, you so broken, you don't even want to be fixed. Well, what the hell am I around you for? Like, I can't do it. I think a lot of the time I'm losing patience because you can really see somebody ain't really trying to improve themselves. And I'm like, okay, I definitely don't need to be around you. And so I don't, I can't be around that. I guess
You starting to get
I'm
to the
starting to
point.
learn. Go ahead.
You starting to get to the point where I told you it was gonna be a couple months ago. No, it's probably
Yeah,
about
I'm
a year
starting to act
ago.
like
It's probably been about a year. It's probably
it's
been about a
about
year.
a
I
year,
told you
King.
like,
I'm starting to act like
mhm,
word now. I ain't lowering myself for
mhm.
nobody. Like,
I'm
it's
telling
not
you,
even
bro.
that. I'm not lowering myself because it's like they don't care. It's not that they can keep me there. It's like y'all don't care. I think that's to me that's more hurtful than anything. Like I can't care for you more than you care for yourself. If your feelings are that low about yourself, it may not be nothing. You might need Jesus, Buddha, therapy, psychiatrist. You're gonna need all that because you should never feel that low about yourself. I don't know how people get to that point. I'm just saying you gotta find your way up. I ain't going to the gutter. I'll be damned.
I told you eventually you'll get there, bro. That shit inevitable, bro. That shit inevitable. Especially on here it is. In real life, I know it's different in real life. But on here, bro, that shit inevitable, bro. When you come on here with a good intent to help and try to be beneficial, and after a while you just getting like you experience so many people who don't appreciate it, you just realize like, look, it is people out there who appreciate it. I'm gonna just focus on them. The people who ain't
Mm-hmm.
ready, then they ain't ready. When they get ready, then they'll find me. But until then, I'm gonna fuck with the people who ready. That's just how I feel now, bro. It ain't like when I was telling Mel, like what I do on here is different from what I do in real life. But even in real life, I don't go out finding people who need help. They call me because I know they ready. On here, I just give information and tools and shit. This is another way to look at something. I don't be coaching on here. I had a couple episodes where I go into coach mode, but I'm not on here coaching, bro. Because people, I mean,
Commander said, bring him back.
you said who?
Commander said, bring him back.
Bring who back? Coach D?
Coach D.
Oh shit, well nobody be in the chat. What BDB say? What BDB say? I've been I've been on here for about I've been on here for about 20 minutes. Like, all right, I said what I had to say. See you. I'm out. Bye.
Yo, I'm telling you, you really did that one time. I'm like, yo, that's great. I think it was like 23 minutes. He was gone, and that wasn't a walk either. You wasn't walking with the kids. He's like, this is what it is. Till next time, I'm out.
No outro. No outro.
No outro, no nothing. No, let me get into the chat. Look, bye. See y'all next time. Like, damn, that was hard. I'm like, he made his point and left. I like, we. But yeah, I definitely understand what happens. And the funny thing is, it's not me getting into my feelings. It's just weird to observe. That's what it is. It's weird to observe. It's not a feeling. It's just weird to observe. Unless you're saying weird is weird is a feeling, but it's not good to observe. Okay, you don't care, so I ain't gonna care. Just imagine everybody didn't care. Everybody just fell out and not do lives no more. YouTube be broke. I treat the
If he
internet like
screwed,
real life. But
yeah, I would say this, like for me, not that's I mean that's you. And especially if they work for you, keep doing it because like for me, I would say I had to extend boundaries on here. I am a lot more patient on here than I am in real life. I say that. So that'd probably be the only difference in real life. Like in real life, I'd be like, man, that's some bullshit. I'm straight. And I had people like you asked my wife. My wife, he labeled me Mr. Asshole. That's my nickname to my wife because like somebody be in my face talking to me. As soon as I'm disinterested, I won't even say bye. I just walk away. Like I'm straight. I don't play hearing that shit no more.
That's my husband.
I,
He don't even care that he doesn't even care that it comes off as rude. He just does it, and I'm like,
that's
hey,
that
but
fuck your
sometimes
me and
that's
feeling
him
the
will
way
moment.
to
probably be
be, though. You know, like
me and him will probably
Yeah,
be
that's
best
that fuck your
friends.
feeling
Like
moment.
I'll
yeah,
probably
you
look at
I ain't
guys
him,
trying
he'll
to do
look at
that
me, and
shit.
we'll walk away. Like I do that shit all the time. My wife be like, "Man, that's fucking rude." At least say, make a use up or say, "I gotta go to the
something.
bathroom." She be like, and
I,
she say, like,
I do that
I
all the
can't hide
time.
my facial expressions. I can't hide them. Like I can't hide them. That's probably good. The camera be off sometimes when I be talking to people. Cause I be even, when y'all, like when people talking and you see my mic go on mute, like when I'm talking to y'all, I'm mute because I'm chewing and shit, or my wife saying something. But when I'm in the midst of a conversation, you see my mic go on mute. That's probably because I'm about to say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, man, I don't know, bro. There's been some conversations I'd be like, "Man, what the fuck?" I can't, and that be even if I think it, that's what my face would say. My face be like, "What the fuck?" So you would see that shit in my face. I was watching one of
Yeah.
my lives back, and I was looking like I was watching a live, and the camera was on, and I forgot who I was talking to, but I kept looking up, and I'm looking like, and I turned the camera off because I'm like, look, they gonna see my facial expressions, and they gonna be like, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Like, nah, that shit. Mm, nah, I'm alright. You can be quiet. Stop talking to myself.
I don't know. I mean, I am who I am. I am sent me. So what you see is what you get. I'm not. I'm not. I don't think I'm any different. I don't know. Y'all gotta ask. Y'all gotta ask the woo because he know a little bit.
Are you more reserved? You reserved on here too. You reserved.
That's that. I guess that's that vulnerability conversation we had. Everybody don't deserve it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then you got to think about it too. It's like we on here for a purpose. So it's the decorum. It's the So there's a lot associated to it. Like
Mhm.
if I was just a person to go live, then I'd probably be famous, bro. I probably the shit to come out my mouth or the shit I'd be thinking, bro. I'd be just letting that shit rip. Like if I was just like a streamer or whatever. But I'm on here for a purpose, man. So
Yeah, I think that's what it is. We trying to make ourselves the brand that we want ourselves to be. So we can't just come up here and say anything and do anything and talk about anything if it's not what we want.
I wish you
That's
guys
why.
would
Look,
though sometimes, because you guys are hilarious.
that's why I told Word.
And you
We
tell it
need
like it
Petty back.
is.
We need Petty back. Go over there and
Bring
just do
back
some goofy
Petty.
stuff.
I ain't been over there in a minute, though. Did I even go
I'm
live
stuck.
over there this year?
Yeah, like 6 months ago. Oh my
Big
god,
Eddie.
I've been seeing. Yeah, I've been seeing some real not like that. I'm glad that Love Island season is over because oh my god, I don't. Oh, ah, they are so different. They did all that for 100,000. They be selling they souls. I'm just
Wait, who?
saying.
What?
Love Island. They was over there
Oh,
faking
I don't
all of
watch
that.
that.
Yeah, they was faking all of that for $100,000. I'm waiting to see the reunion. There ain't nobody together. That's what killed me about those shows, right? They get together and then they'll never stay together. So y'all was just doing it for the money. So y'all just wasted people time. Like, oh my god.
Money, the clout.
Yeah, the free publicity. Some of them is getting makeup gigs, and I'm like, this is what y'all do this for? I thought y'all was doing this for love. Yeah, love of stuff, love of self. That's what it is. Love of self. I
I
don't
used to
know,
like
man.
watching
I think
90
my
Day Fiance, but then like they go through different couples, but like all the new couples, you can tell it's like they just do it for clout. That they're not like truly trying to be in a relationship.
that's what I'm saying. Like y'all supposed to be falling in love. What the hell love means to y'all? That's what I be needing though. What you
Yeah.
say,
See,
still? Oh,
So,
yeah.
so I'll say this, bro. Like I don't be acting tough online, or if somebody trigger me, then I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. But I don't act tough online, and I don't act tough in real life. But I ain't gonna lie, I done snatched 2 people up this year. One of them because it was my kid, like, and then the second one, um, he was in my way, and I guess he thought he wasn't gonna move. But like, bro, this shit weird, bro. We had a grocery store, bro. Like but I don't even think I told. I would be, man. I'd be kind of embarrassed about shit like this. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna say I feel embarrassed, but I feel bad. Like after it happened, like in the moment, I felt some type of way, but after it happened, I felt like because I'm not a small dude. I'm only 6 foot though. There's people way bigger than me. But it's like when somebody's small, this dude had to be like 5'8", 5'10". My son was trying to get something. Like my son and my wife went down the aisle, right? And my wife was a little bit ahead of him. And as I'm turning a corner, I guess she told him to go back and get something like some Eggo waffles. And it was this guy with his girl standing in the looking in it, like in the freezer part, right? And my son said, "Excuse me."
And as I'm turning, he was like, "Go on, get away." And my wife turned around and was like, "Can my son get the ego?" He told my wife to shut up. So I'm coming down the aisle and I'm like, "Bro." And he was like, "What you?" And I grabbed him by his shirt and lifted him up and put him on the other side. And I said, "Go ahead and get it." And I'm looking at him. And his girl was like, you just hear this bit. And I'm looking at him. And my wife was like, "Don't." I said, "I ain't going to do nothing long as he don't trip." And he just sitting there looking at me mad as hell. My son got the waffles and we walked away. Then I felt bad, like, damn, I just picked this grown ass man up in front of his girl. I probably shouldn't have did that. Like, but it was like at that time I wanted to hit him so fucking bad, but I'm like, Brian, I got kids, man. I ain't trying to go to jail or nothing like that. But like, you gonna tell my wife to shut up, and you like, this a kid, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? People fucking weird, bro. Like shit like that. I don't like bullies, man. And then you bully, like you get like fucked up, bro. But
Oh,
I restrained
that's a
myself. I
force
didn't
of
put my
mind.
hands. Mary heard that, like, oh shit. I
I'm
ain't
about to
messing
blink off.
with him.
I promise y'all, like Commander, y'all got look. Commander, what did I say? I said, yo, y'all got word back. I'm out of here. I already knew it was trouble. I knew it. I swear. Commander, like, yo, don't leave. I'm like, nah, y'all here. You here, Rachel here. Y'all got him.
Really, like, I am not the good witness to this crime.
Yeah, because I knew once he said, man, you got me fucked up. I'm like, ooh, he ain't gonna stop. He ain't gonna stop. Commander, like, nah, don't leave. I'm like, nope. We just talked about that whole thing before it even occurred. I'm like, we ain't doing this. And that's exactly what happened. See, Stoic, that's why you got to come around.
Even before I went live, I felt like that was gonna happen, man. And I said it over in your chat, like, man, I hope he don't come over there because I ain't got no patience for him today.
I told you he was coming over, and that's exactly when I said, yo, soon as you say, yo, you got me fucked up, I'm like, yo, I hope they end the live as soon as he says
Yo.
We're going
okay,
nuclear.
Mr.
What up,
Blonde,
though?
what's happening?
I just woke
That's
up.
my boy. That's my boy.
It's
What
3
up,
o'clock.
Mr. Blunt?
That's me, bro.
It's 3 o'clock on the dot. It's Mr. Blunt time. Who's in the street?
He's 3
Nah, you
feet
can't sing
high.
that. You don't like him. You don't like him. That ain't Chris Brown.
Shit.
You can't sing that.
It's Usher, motherfucker. It's Usher.
That's why I
know.
remixed it. I
No,
didn't say
I
that.
know.
That's why I
Word don't
remixed
like
it.
word. That's what word. You can't sing that. You Chris Brown fan. You the Weeknd. Sing the Weeknd.
That's why. That's why I changed the words. Bro. I had to change the words to make it relevant.
No, you change the word because Miss Blonde is the topic.
I'm the topic. What the hell? What's going on?
Of the song, no, of the song.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I got that. I've been awake like 3 minutes, man. Let me send.
I hear it.
Yeah. It's 3 feet high and rising.
In order.
Oh God, I'm about to chug this ghost and turn this shit on.
Now I had to come up here and say, "Holla, Mr. Blondie."
Exactly. Let me look at the screen. That's fucking Craig. What's up, Craig?
What's up, brother? I know somebody disrespected my wife, even if my wife triggered it and did something wrong out of step. I gotta defend my wife, no matter what.
I'd have just followed him around the store and just kept hitting the back of his ankle with a shopping cart.
Bro, we went one time my wife ever dragged me out to do the Black Friday sales.
Oh fuck.
Somebody hit her with a shopping cart. I picked the shopping cart up and threw it.
Yeah.
Do that motherfucker.
Get your shit.
Hell yeah, Craig.
Hey, Mr. Blonde, this dude punch
bulls
bulls and horses, bro.
Stuff that don't matter. Sorry.
For real.
His fucking hands is massive, bro. He punched bulls and horses, bro. I wouldn't fuck with Craig in real life. I
was mad. My wife was like, "Calm down," and I was like, "No, it ain't happening. Sorry."
We got to get him in an arm wrestling competition immediately. Then, if you got hands that big, we can make some money.
I was triggered, and my wife was like, "You letting yourself get out of control?" And I said, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Not about to have
Sometimes,
sex with my wife. It's not.
sometimes you got to do it, man. Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
It's just part of being a fucking man. You got to let that shit out, man. We got testosterone. You got to
Oh,
do something with it.
bro, if I ain't had no kids, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have put his ass right through that glass of the freezer, bro. His ass
If
would
you
have
didn't
went
have
through
no
that
kids,
motherfucker.
we'd be doing. If you didn't have no
Yeah,
kids, we'd be
I'm,
doing a stream for bail money.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't like, bro. It's like my demeanor changed when I had kids, bro.
You
I was
got
like, man, I
to.
can't be reckless. I got to be here for them. But
Yeah.
before
You.
that, I didn't think like that. I'd be
Nah.
like, shit, fuck it. I deal with whatever consequence comes.
Hey, my
That's
Yeah.
how I
youngest
felt.
boy,
Like I'm gonna have some fun now. You done fucked up. Now I get to enjoy life. That's
my
how I
youngest
used to
boy was
be.
having a fight with his girlfriend at the time, and I called the law on him.
Mm,
And my wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "No, I'm not about to raise no disrespectful young man who's going to be involved in domestic violence against
mm,
his partner. It ain't happening."
yeah.
And I told him to chill out once. I told him to chill out twice. He slammed the door in my house. I'm done. I'm straight. He can go to jail.
Yeah. Luckily, I've never had to deal with that shit, man. I've never been married. I don't have any kids, so just me. It's just a kid over here. I got a hard enough time worrying about myself. I don't want to put that shit on anybody else.
Maybe that's the time you have to think
Well,
about it, though. Because when that's the time usually when faith will test you, because it will
Yeah.
put stuff in front
Yeah.
of you and say, "Hey, is this? Are you really about this? Are
Yeah.
you really? Are you going to go to battle on this subject right here?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's
that's the
true, man.
true definition of pick your battles. If you have children, it's
Yeah.
definitely on that mode. Because once you have that child, you become so selfless. It's like it's not even about me no more.
Right.
That's
Right.
what make people change for the better. I hate that word, improve. So that once you get that kid, man, it's all about them, and everything else is irrelevant. You become last, you become selfless, you become all of those things. You
Yeah.
may not have a wife, but if you got that kid come first. Give them the shirt off your back, the, the coat off your back, the sock off your foot, whatever. If you
Yep.
need it, I got it.
I feel I feel like kids are just a test. The real
Mm.
challenge is your grandbabies.
Oh. Okay.
Because
I mean.
man,
I don't have that experience yet.
Yeah.
But I do know if when I have my grandkids, I'm giving them right back to my kids. Cause y'all look, I'm
Sugar
gonna
them
give them
up and give them
all the
back to
sugar,
you.
all the sugar. Go look, your mother calling you. Y'all ready to go?
That's what my mama
Bye.
do, bro. She be getting my kids sugar lit. They be lit as
Yep.
hell. I'm like, nah, go back to your grandmama, man. Get away from me. Mhm.
Oh man.
like my son called me one time, and my middle grandson was having trouble with school,
Mm.
and he was kind of like, "Oh, he's being a kid," and I said, "No, you need to listen to him. He's telling you something. Something ain't straight at school. This is your one kid that's quiet, reserved, and all he does is want to study. When he's having problems, you need to listen to him. Listen to the
Yeah.
situation and go find out what's going on." And come to find out, there was a situation where he was in a certain mood, and his teacher wasn't feeling it and wasn't giving him the attention that he needed to have. Instead, she was giving him negative attention.
Mm.
And my son went down to school.
Oh, man.
It's like,
Oh, the same person
he
get
said, "I didn't even
facts,
pick up
though.
on that." And I said, "You got to. You got to feel that. You got to know. Even if he's acting out, there's a reason. You don't
Right.
act out for no reason."
Yeah. Yeah. Usually there's a reason.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
shit.
He said when I pop off his righteousness, I appreciate that, man. I don't be trying to, act. I mean, I don't be trying to pop off. Man. I really don't. But it's like some things just fall for it, bro. Sometimes you got to pop off the show, motherfucker. It ain't that.
You know, and
I never lead with disrespect. I never lead with that. Even if I don't agree with something, I don't lead with disrespect. I just politely tell people respectfully I don't agree and keep it moving, bro. I mean, shit, we ain't got to agree on everything. We can have differences of opinion. I'm fine with that. But when people shut up, or motherfucker, or this, like, come on now, man. I ain't did none of that shit to you, bro.
Mm.
I
Like
like my
that shit
drink.
weird to me, bro.
You ever just do shit? You ever just do shit to be nice, just to do it? So, I mean, and you ever see people just freak out because they're not used to that shit in today's world? You ever do that?
I'll be petty
Every
doing that
day.
shit. I see somebody who I know, like if I be nice, it's gonna trigger me. I be
Well,
saying
like
like,
let me give you an example. So I've got do you have Speedway gas station in Michigan? You should
yeah,
have. You got
yeah.
Speedways? Okay. So
Hmm.
I've got like 100,000 Speedway points. Like I never spend them, right? Like you know what I mean? You get all them points after you buy shit in the store. So I'll just
Hmm.
go in the store sometimes and I'll stand in there and I'll spend like 10, 15,000 points buying people's drinks for like an hour. People show up at the counter. I'll just be standing behind them. And I'll just be like, I'm going to pay for your drinks. Y'all see the looks on people's face. They don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
don't.
yeah, they're like,
Got
are
them
you
like deer in the
sure?
headlights.
Yeah. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I got points for it. It doesn't cost me anything. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for like a $4.50 like pack of 3 drinks or something like that. Like they don't know how to handle it, bro. Like I did that shit today for like an hour. I just spent like 15,000 fucking Speedway points and bought drinks for an hour. I love doing that kind of shit. It trips people out. This one girl had a case of Monster energy drink, the one that's like got alcohol in it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a hard seltzer, but it's made by Monster. She had a case
Yeah.
of that shit. Yeah, she had a case of it, and there was a bunch of people in front of her, and I was like, "Do you want to walk up here and set that on the counter so you don't have to hold it?" And she's like, "No, no, no, it's okay." And I'm like, "For real, you can set it down." And she's like, "No, I got it, I got it." So she finally got up to pay for it, and she was like, "That was really nice that you asked me if I wanted to set that down." And I thought, "My God, is your life that bad that me asking for you to set that down like was the nicest thing anybody's done for you?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, that's really cool that you're doing that, buying people's drinks. I'm like, it's not a big deal to be nice to somebody. She's like, you know what? You're right. It's not. And she like smiled and walked out. Like I felt like I got through just like a little bit. Like I got through just a little bit.
Chipped away at that veil, that gray.
Yeah, man. It was kind of nice. It was kind of nice. But I do that shit all the time. It's just easy to be fucking nice to people, bro.
Yeah.
Not everyone's nice. Like, people are
No,
not
not
nice.
everybody is. No, they're
No, a
not. But
lot of
it,
people are not nice.
But I like doing it to people that aren't nice. That's the point. Because when you get somebody that's used to just being a dick all the time and you offer to pay for their drinks, they'll take it because it's free. Like you're not going to say no to some free shit, but they don't know how to handle it. Like you're like, no, I got it, bro. I'll pay for it. And they're like, what? Like they don't know if you're fucking with them or if you're trying to be not. They don't know how to take it.
Well, my family used to take advantage of the whole family. Anytime that we'd have a get together or something like that, we'd go out to have a family meal out. They would expect for somebody else to pay for the tab.
Mm,
And my grandmother did that for the longest time. And I said something to my wife. I said, I can't allow this disrespect. And she
right,
and I said, they're taking advantage of my grandmother just because she can.
right.
So from that point forward, my wife and I started paying for meals, and it didn't
Yeah,
matter what the cost was. It was just
the
my wife was like,
principle.
can we afford it? And I said, we can't afford not to.
Right, right. I
You
get
know,
it.
it's not about the money. It's about the
No,
principle.
yeah. I just look at it like I'm lucky enough to be at a point in life where like I can have 100,000 Speedway points and not need to do anything with them. Like I can still function every day without using them for myself. So if I give them away, I just feel like it's a cool thing to do. So like I'm happy that I'm able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
used to do some car repair stuff on the side. I had
Mm-hmm.
buddies, the three of us would do just simple stuff, simple repairs. And the way we
Yeah.
would do that is we would charge twice for the labor what the part cost.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Because we weren't
Yeah.
trying to really make any money at it. We were just trying to make sure that we could be sufficient enough to cover the
Yeah.
expenses of doing it just as a hobby.
Yeah.
And this gal one time had a flat tire. It's the funniest thing. My buddy was like, hey, we can fix that tire for you. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. He's like, you're going to ruin the tire if you don't let us fix it.
Right.
So we fixed the tire for her. And she's like, oh, but what about this? That woman done went through probably 30 different things that she needed fixed on her car and just took us for a run.
Oh shit. Yeah.
My buddy was mad. He started to fume, and I was like, calm down, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Calm down. It ain't worth it.
No.
You're going to get your brownie points for the day.
Right. Right.
But we ended up with a reputation, and we had the local community church had
Yeah.
what they called Hope House,
Mm-hmm.
and it was an outreach program for people that were in need, and they would pick up stranded people on the highway,
Mm-hmm.
and they started bringing cars to us for us to fix.
Mm.
You know, and then we had this. Do you remember the Chevy Luminas?
Yeah, oh fuck yeah, dude. The Lumina. Yeah, the Lumina 34s and shit. Yeah, Z34. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a woman with 5 kids traveling
Oh.
in Lumina across the state, headed from one end of
Ooh.
the state to the other, and that thing had blown a head gasket.
Let me guess, she never changed the oil or didn't put oil in her car.
She didn't know. She didn't know anything, and she had these 5 babies in the car. And so that the Hope House come to us and asked us if we could fix that car. And I said, this car is going to get her in trouble. She cannot continue to travel in this car.
Mm.
You know, we would be doing her a disservice by letting her continue to travel in this car.
Yeah,
It's got to
for
be
real.
something different for her to take these kids with, because she's going to end up being stuck someplace that she's not going to get out of.
No.
Why is that like a bad car?
Oh,
No,
it was trash. It was trash.
It's like anything. If you don't take care of it, yeah, it can become a bad car for real.
The EGR valve was burnt out on it, and it had a popped head gasket, and the exhaust was bad. And I mean, it was just, there were so many things about that car that were just no good.
Right.
And she's traveling with 5 babies, you know, and the youngest one was like, 6 months old or something.
Wow.
The oldest one was like 5. So,
damn.
I was like, I'm not about to do this to this woman.
No.
They put her up in a hotel for 3 days, and we searched around and found a used car dealer that had something that really didn't have any value but was solid.
Right.
And we put a little bit of time into it and fixed a few things that could have been, cantankerous, like belts and hoses and different things. Make sure it had a good battery.
Sure.
Send her down the road in that.
Hell yeah.
There are things that you could see, and I feel like those are times where you're tested,
Yeah, but doesn't that shit feel good though? It feels good to do that kind of shit, man. It does. It feels better than being a fucking asshole, I think, personally.
But we would do stuff like that for the Hope House, and
Yeah,
do it without charging them anything. And
absolutely.
We would get parts at our discount, so we would save them money on top of that.
Yeah.
It feels good when somebody puts that kind of trust into you to be able to make sure that you're being a good steward of their faith.
Yes.
So,
Yes, it does. Yeah.
You know
that's
what?
fair,
You know what I felt. You know why I felt good, Mr. Blind?
What's up?
Because you got a soul. That's why I felt good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Let me tell you
Soulless
something, man. The life that
There's
I've
some
lived.
soulless ass people out here, bro.
That's true. And the life that I've lived, I was worried for a time that I didn't have much of one left. That my light, we all have a light, right? We all of us have a little bit of light inside of us. And at times that light almost burns out. You almost kind of just let it, completely go. I got close to it, real close. But I was glad to see that I still had somewhat of a conscience when I started to get myself better and in a better place. So yeah, I'm glad to see I've still got one.
I'd rather break bread with you than I would somebody that's never been tested.
Oh, bro,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we talked about, like with Dubs. Like I said, people like that, you can tell that they sit at home all day in front of a computer. They've never dealt with any serious life shit. You can just tell by the way he talks. All he does is quote Bible scripture. But you're 100% right, Gary. For real, I agree, bro.
I can't even tell you how he applied to his life. That'd be the crazy shit.
Yes.
You sit there reading that shit all day, but can't tell nobody how to apply it or how you apply it.
Yes. Or if you ask him, like, why, he can't answer you why he's doing it or why he keeps, like, fucking coming on here and spouting all that shit. He can't give you an answer. He just talks in circles.
It was one day, bro. It was like, he kept, it was like for 2 hours he talking to me about the Bible and telling me, I don't believe in it. And I said, the 7 deadliest sins? And he said, yeah. And I said, do you practice glutton? He got quiet. And I'm like, you drunk as hell right now, bro. You're left.
Yep.
So don't tell me I'm going to hell and you doing, bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
My wife and I got invited to the Jehovah's Witness Tabernacle for church on Christmas. And so we went because we weren't going to snub somebody that was a friend of hers. And it came around to communion time, and then they asked us if we wanted to receive it, receiving communion. And my wife was kind of like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "This isn't for us." I said, I don't mind coming to church. I don't mind, worshiping God with these people, but they don't worship what we believe, and I'm not about to break bread with that. I'll be respectful. I'll come and listen to the sermon and be active in their community, but I'm not about to break my faith to celebrate with them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt like we were in a good place just attending, just to be respectful, and it's a good opportunity to learn and grow. But at the same time, I wasn't going to sacrifice all the growth that I had in my own spirituality to bless what they were doing.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people are scared to practice religion, and I'm not a fan of religion, so it doesn't bother me. Like, I'll pick the Quran up and read it. I'll pick up
Sure.
the Book of Mormon. It doesn't make any difference to me, even though I don't believe in it. Doesn't mean that I can't learn from it.
True. That's what, yeah. I mean, that's what I told Dubs the other day. Like I said, I quit going to church for like 20 years, but I believe everything happens for a reason. We all, the the universe gives us signs, stuff like that. And I went to high school with this cat. His name's Matt. I don't care to say his real name. His name's Matt, and he was always real different. He would walk around town with like a Bible and stuff. This is when we were like 16, 17 years old. And I live in a small town. And this dude's white as white gets. And he was wearing like velour sweatsuits. Like, bro thought he was black for real. But he was all about God, man, for real. He was all about God. He always had a Bible in his hand. He played basketball with my brother that passed away last year. Like, they played basketball when they were teenagers. And after high school, he moved away to Hawaii. And I just never really thought much about him because I didn't see him in town anymore. I just didn't see him. And then one day, I'm in Speedway. That's like my gas station, man. I go to Speedway all the time. But I'm in Speedway one day.
That's a big Indiana
thing. Yeah, I go in there and I turn the corner by the cooler, and there he is. And I'm like, "Hey, man." And he starts talking to me, and he's like, "Yeah, we just moved back from Hawaii." He's like, "I'm a pastor now." He's like, "We have a church." He's like, "You should come out." And I'm like, "For real?" And he starts telling me about it. He's like, "We do Saturday evening service at 6:00, so you don't have to get up Sunday morning and like go to church." And they don't care how you dress. They're not out there laying hands on people. They're not bringing you up to the stage. They preach straight out of the Bible and relate it to like everyday life. And it's like a small little church. Like, you're not packed in there like sardines. And so I told him I would go. And the first couple times that they had the service, I didn't go. And if I give someone my word, man, like, I feel bad if I don't keep it. So I talked myself into it. I was like, "Man, you told him you would go." So I went out there, and that was the first time I've been to church in like 20 years. And I've been going every Saturday ever since I went that first time. And it's good. And like, I get to see somebody that I went to school with that I haven't seen in a long time. There's a lot of people from town that go there that I know as well. Because like I said, this isn't a big place where I live, but it's good, man. And I feel better. You feel lighter after you get out of there. And I think anybody can use that. So I'm not reading the Bible all day, every day. I'm not, if I run into somebody in town, I'll be like, "Hey, you got to come out and check this out sometime." And if they want to come, cool. If they don't, cool. But it's just good. And it was nice that he invited me to go. So I started going again. And that's what I was trying to tell him that day. And he's like, "I'm not talking to you anymore," like Dubs. So I was like, "Okay, bro." Okay.
And I went to a church one time with the wife. We were traveling, and we went into this church, and there was about 20,000 members in this congregation.
Ooh.
We got done with the sermon. We walk outside, and the pastor comes out in leathers.
Yeah, get on Harley.
Yeah, I mean the whole church, the organization itself, they were all bikers.
Nice.
I was like, "How cool is that?" My wife looked at me. She's like, "Huh?" I was like, "Think about it."
Yeah, he for real is the 1%er then, man. He is the 1%er. He's got a whole congregation on fucking Harleys.
But I mean, the congregation wasn't all about that lifestyle. They were, but they were also about their faith,
Yeah, they like to ride bikes though. That's cool.
There were some really awesome people to run into. And,
yeah.
Lunch with them, visit with them, but it was just an opportunity where if you saw them in everyday normal traffic, you would never know.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
That's
you
and
know,
that's
yet they
yeah.
have an effect on 20,000 plus people to have
Yes.
faith and practice with that kind of number of people. And the average people, see them Monday through Friday would never even know that they were about that.
Yeah, that's the way this place is, man. Like that, you're not wearing your Sunday best out to this church on Saturday evening. Like it's like I said, it's good. I wear a hat and a pair of shorts and a t-shirt out there, and it's just because you're there to learn about the Lord and be and like community. It's not about what you're wearing or who you are or whatever. Like that shit don't matter. You know what I mean? God doesn't care about that stuff.
At least he's
Let
your
me
hero.
let me hit on this comment real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say the 7 deadly sins are made up, but they're not in the Bible. It was written. It started off as 8 evil thoughts from a monk. I forgot what century, but it started off as 8 evil thoughts, and even after that, it translated into the 7 princes of hell, like representing the 7 evils. And the monk wrote it to a group of other monks who were practicing ascension, meaning like spiritual ascension. And he
Mm-hmm.
was saying like these are the 8 evil thoughts that prevent you from ascending. And I think it was Pope Gregory who incorporated it into the Catholic Church. I forget what
Mm.
century that was too. I had a test on that shit though. Like the
Whoa.
origin of 7 deadly sins when I was in
Right.
theology. So no, it's not in the Bible. It was written. What the fuck is the name of that monk? I got it in my notes. But yeah, it's not in the Bible, but it's always associated because those 8 evil thoughts or those 7 deadly sins, if you ever read the Damon Bible, it's associated to the 7 princes of hell. Each
Uh.
prince represent one of the sins. And a lot of that is metaphysical anyway. Like if
Right.
you look into the Kabbalah, they start talking about the 7 demons within you, or your 7 negative uh, aspects in the Kabbalah. It says 7 negative aspects, and there's a 7 deadly sin. And
Mm.
on the flip side, it's 7 archangels.
Yeah.
So those archangels represent the opposite of the 7 deadly sins. So um,
And,
yeah,
and there's
so
7 dwarfs.
Well, and
Yeah.
7
I've talked
chakras,
about this in the past where
7 chakras too.
Yeah.
Christianity has borrowed portions of its faith from other religions. We've talked about that before.
Mhm.
So, I mean, Christianity is not perfect.
No. No. Dude, on the flip side, just real quick, I bought a lottery ticket today. They have Plinko lottery tickets now, like from Price is Right, Plinko the game. They have a lottery ticket
Oh
that is
damn!
Plink. I got Plinko lottery tickets right here looking at me on my table. It's real hard not to scratch them right now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Nah, scratching and get rich.
I got to be in the mood. The mood's got to feel right, man. I'm superstitious about that stuff. I bought a couple of them. I'm like, I'm gonna
Oh,
wait a minute. Yeah, I'm superstitious.
The wife and I used
If
to
you
laugh at me
if you
because I would call lottery stupid tax.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Because there'd be
oh my bad.
you go into the gas station, there's always that one person at the counter with their last 20 cents buying lottery tickets, hoping to get enough money to buy some food.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And they probably done spent $200 in the day, and they were hoping to buy a cup of coffee. It's like,
Yeah. I just couldn't believe they had Plinko lottery, like scratch off lottery tickets. I was like, is that fucking the Price is Right? I was like, let me get a couple of them. I was like, they
Yeah,
got
but if
fucking
you
Bob Barker lottery tickets up there. I was like, give me one of them motherfuckers.
price is wrong, Bob.
Yeah, Price is Wrong, bitch.
if you look up the Hebrew word for sin, it translates into to fall short. So the concept of sin is transgression against law. That's the Catholics in the big thing, but in the original Hebrew, sin means to fall short.
Okay.
Well, and even the scripture tells you that you have to follow the laws of man, and if you don't,
uh-huh.
then you're not being faithful. So
Well, I never really sat down and read the Bible, but when I started going to this church, someone told me about this certain kind of Bible. Have you guys ever heard the Action Bible? Do you know what that is?
I have.
Yeah.
I've read it.
Yeah, it's like a comic
Not
book.
for me, but I've read it.
Yeah, it's like a comic book. I didn't know it existed though. It was like $20 on Amazon. I was like, there's a comic book Bible. I was like, that's dope as hell. I was like, let me get one of them. So
Mm.
I've got it sitting here on my table, and it's like the Bible simplified, basically. It's got everything in it, but it's just the simplest version of it. But you know, the Audible book, if you listen to the Action Bible Audible book, every character is read in a different voice. So it actually sounds like you're listening to a real conversation when they read it on Audible. And it's kind of cool, man. But I bought one just to kind of refamiliarize myself with certain things. But it's a comic book Bible. Like it's just, I didn't know they made such a thing.
Bro, they got a
Yeah.
New Age Bible, like yeah, man, that shit crazy. Like
Yeah.
a rainbow Bible, I guess you.
hmm
That shit
A
fucked
what?
me up when they told me that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, a rainbow Bible.
I believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, I thought it was a joke, man. I think Rachel told me that, or somebody was on the panel and they was like, they got it. I'm like, no, they don't. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Missing mod to the Queen James. Oh man, don't do that.
Yeah, nice. There you go.
Man, if y'all
Yeah.
ain't linked over Missing Mod, go link over her, man. She funny as hell. She got a good show over there. She go live now.
Hey,
Go
Ward,
live.
put me full screen real quick. Let me show you something.
Commander, Commander still up here? I'm outside.
Yeah, she's up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got you. She does. Only thing you
All
gotta
right, here.
do is you
All right,
click
yeah.
on-
All right, here. Hang on. Check this out. Wait a minute. Look at that. Fuck Plinko. See that?
Oh, I see now. You gotta
Yeah.
scratch all the green ones.
Yeah, it's like there it is. Yeah, see? Fucking Plinko fucking lottery ticket.
You know what that really makes me want to do though?
What?
Makes me want to put that up on a target box.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
try to hit that.
22.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, yeah, check that out. Yeah. That's
That's
kind of dope. Yeah. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
Wait, so you have to
That's something
scratch off
different.
all those little dots?
Yeah.
No,
That's a lot.
here's what it says on the back for real. It says scratch the first chip and reveal an arrow, and then you basically scratch only the other circle that is like where the arrow points to, and then you just follow that all the way down. So you start a line and you basically follow it wherever the arrow that you scratch tells you to go until you get to the bottom. And if you reveal 3 Plinko symbols, you win automatically.
Man, look,
You got
I'm
that.
gonna be honest with you. People hate when I do scratch off because I just scratch the barcode off and scan that shit. See?
Yeah, you one of them motherfuckers. Yeah, I know who you are, bro. Yeah, you're one of them fucking people.
People get
Ward's
mad as
he's got his
hell.
phone out. He's got his fucking phone out with the damn Ohio Lottery app. He's just fucking scanning shit. He ain't even playing the game. Or the
I ain't
Michigan
even
Lottery
doing
app.
that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scratched the barcode off and shit. I ain't winning shit. All right, throw it away.
He's just
Next
out in the
one.
parking. He's out in the parking lot. Can you scan this?
My wife be like, "Why don't you just see it?" Nah, because I can't see shit. I win
Yeah,
and
I
I
ain't
don't
about
even
that
know I
kind of time.
won. I can't see shit.
I got better
But
things
if I
to do.
scan
I'm
it,
not
it
about that
tells
time.
me.
Yeah.
bro.
That's good though. That's funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, I'll keep you updated. I'll play fucking Plinko later. Me and Bob Barker will play this motherfucker later. We'll see if we win something.
That'd be funny.
Me and Bob Barker.
Yeah, I mean, me and Bob Barker's gonna play Plinko later. I'm gonna throw Happy
No,
Gilmore on and fucking scratch his
Have
bitch.
your pet spayed and neutered.
Hey,
Yes.
you know what? Make a video out of it. You know, and you and Bob Barker can celebrate that together.
Yeah, dude, there's a YouTube channel I follow that's called listen to the name of this YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel that I follow called Get Rich or Die Scratching. And all this guy does is buy entire books of lottery tickets. I'm talking like the whole roll and scratches them, dude. And he had a roll on there today of $30. The tickets were $30 a piece. There must have been 200 tickets there. I mean, 100 tickets at $30, that's $3,000. He probably had $6,000 worth of lottery tickets there that he scratched. Like that shit's crazy.
He's probably got to deal with a
Bro,
vendor. Or he can
Probably.
buy 'em
That's
at
a
cost.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
If you
probably
want
makes
to,
more money with his channel
yes,
than the scratch
yes.
offs.
If
There
you
used
want
to
to
be a
check it
channel
out,
called
yeah,
just
Scratch and
look,
Go
just
Crazy.
I bought a
it,
book of lottery tickets one time for I think it was like 1400. Man,
yeah.
I walked out that bitch with almost $7,000.
Yeah.
I never
Sometimes
did
you
it
get
again
lucky and
though.
you get a good book.
I was
Sometimes
drunk.
you get lucky. Yeah,
I was drunk and seeing somebody buy a book. He bought two. He spent like $3,000 and won 20,000 at a gas
yes,
station. And
yep.
I was like, "Shit, give me that. Let me get that. What he had." And the lady was like 1,200, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I got some chicks with me, and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." And then I started. They was like, "Come on." I'm like, "Fuck that. I'm getting my money back." I sat there and scratched all them bitches. Like,
Yeah.
we about to give me my money back to pay
If you want to
1,200.
see, if you guys want to see it, just go on YouTube and look up "Get Rich or Die Scratching," and you'll see this dude's like latest video. He's got a stack of $30 tickets. I mean, that some bitch is like 2 inches thick. Like it's ridiculous.
We're on some 50 Cent shit.
Yeah, for real.
And then
Yeah.
That's
it
a
was
lot of
done
damn money,
scratching.
though.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. But
Wow.
if you got lucky on one ticket, hit like 50 grand on a $30 ticket,
Yeah.
I mean shit, you're set, bro. But that's the whole game. If you get lucky.
Right.
Man,
Yeah,
you
that's the
know,
point.
I mean,
Can you imagine
man,
Yeah.
you
having
buy
the
a
last
book,
ticket and
bro.
being in the hole, all that money being in the hole, and you'd have the last ticket, and then you break even?
Yeah. Well, at least you break even though. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? You get down to the
Yeah, I
last ticket,
know.
you're like, oh my god, I done screwed up.
Yeah, yeah. That's like in people that play these pull tickets. I go in the gas station and
Triple
watch
tickets.
these people. Yeah, the 3 tab pull tickets that are like
Yeah.
50 cents, $1. I watch these people spend $200-$300. They'll spend their fucking rent money just to win their money back and break even, and then they'll leave the store. I mean, and there's a pile of those fucking pull tickets laying in front of them. Like, what are you fucking doing?
It's an addiction.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah,
People
it
get
is.
addicted to it.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is. I mean, I've played those like 2 or 3 times. I remember the American Legion used to have the old school like little paper ones that had 3 pulls on a ticket, and I've never hit anything on, not one on any of them. So I quit playing them. But I see people just, damn, they spend some money on them, bro.
They have them for streamers now too, where you can get like lottery cards,
Yeah.
and people do those. It's kind of illegal, but it's on the edge. But they'll do like a raffle, and you can buy a spot on the ticket,
Mm.
and then you can actually, the ticket will tell you if you win, and then the streamer can pick the prize.
Right. Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
People use it
Yeah.
in the coin communities and such. Like, oh, I'm going to give away this silver $50.
Yeah.
Buy you a spot to get a chance to win a silver $50.
Right.
They use that scratch ticket to figure out who wins.
Well, if we win 50 G's off this Plinko, I'll super chat like a motherfucker. All right. I got you, bro. I got you. Johnny Cash has got you, bro. If I hit 50 grand on this
The
motherfucker.
word's over there going, man, you're gonna make me pay taxes on your winnings. What?
Yeah.
How much was that?
I'm taking care of word over here, bro.
Yeah,
We got work to do.
That's free money, man.
Yeah, we got work to do, bro.
I ain't had that shit before. Fuck it.
How high is the water, mama? Oh shit.
Beggars ain't gonna be choosing. I'm gonna be quiet.
You guys are gonna shit if I win on this thing. You just wait. Put out the fucking good vibes. We'll all eat, bro. I'll just super chat. We'll just dole that shit out. I don't care. Can't take it with you. The Egyptians tried. They tried to tow that shit behind them during their funeral procession, man. You can't take it with you when you go. These people that die and have 100 grand in the bank and shit like that, you can't. I mean, you can't take it with you. The Egyptians tried, bro. You can't. You might as well spend it while you're here. You might as well enjoy it while you can.
Well, that wasn't the point of them taking it with you. They actually thought they was coming back.
Well, that, Nate, remember, but when they got to the afterlife, they had to weigh their gold against a feather. Remember that shit?
They weighed their heart against.
Well, yeah, but they would ask what they had to offer, and people would always give up a piece of gold or something like that. I always think about that, them towing all their gold belongings behind them in their procession, and they were buried in their tombs with all these belongings, all this gold. Like, you can't take it with you, man. And then years later, some archaeologist digs it up and finds all this shit and becomes a billionaire. Like, you
And
just help somebody else out.
what about all those pharaohs that
It,
they
it was the
destroyed? Right.
Greeks who tried to take the riches with them.
Oh,
The
the Greeks,
Egyptians, yeah, the Egyptians felt like they was gonna come back, and when they come back,
right?
they wanted to. The shit, they used to
Reincarnation.
bury people with the Egyptians. That
Yes,
shit, boy.
yeah. But
But
if I
damn,
got it,
they
I'd
still
rather
alive,
spend it.
right?
Yeah, I'd rather spend it, man. Oh, so believe me, if I hit the Mega Millions, we're all good to go. I'd give that shit away, bro, for real. I'd love to change people's lives. That'd be so fucking fun to watch.
$20 at a time. That's the way I would do it.
Nah, man, can you imagine on the street if you just walk up to somebody and for real could just legit change somebody's life? Like, not give them $500 or $1,000, but just walk up to somebody and be like, really, like, here's $100,000. Like, people would that. I think the feeling of that would be amazing. Just to watch somebody
It
just
would
lose
be,
their
but
shit.
most of those people would crash and burn. So you'd be better off to give them $20.
Yeah, but
They
I don't
wouldn't
want
know what to
the
do with the money. You know what I'm saying?
well, right. But I also don't want the headache of being responsible for somebody and doling out money to them every fucking month. They're like, here you go. If you blow it all, it's on you. But like, you got the chance right now to change your life. Here's 100 G's.
When you hit the lottery, just let me know what street you gonna be on. I'll be
I
there.
got you. What do you, man? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna hire
I'm
you for
coming with like
security, bro. I'm hiring you for
I'm,
security. I don't know what you're
He's
I'm
talking
going with a
coming
about.
with
vacuum
like
cleaner to pick up all
I'm coming with like 3 or 4 different outfits, bro. I'm gonna
Bro, you wouldn't even have to do that shit. I just put you on my head security team, bro. You just watch my back. I'll just pay you.
you,
Just pay you
you
in
know what? I
stacks.
almost started me and a buddy of mine. We almost started a security company. We
There you
almost
go.
started one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I started selling real estate. Like, nah, fuck this. I make
Bro,
money.
you want to hear something funny, man? A lot of us on here are from the 90s. You remember the 90s movie, She's All That, had Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. Do you know the movie I'm talking
Yeah,
about? Okay.
yeah,
Usher was in that fucking movie, which I forgot about, but
yeah,
also Little Kim was in that fucking movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the guy, Freddie Prinze Jr., the guy that was in it, he just redid that movie. I Know What You Did last summer. They just redid it with all the original cast members, like Jennifer Love Hewitt and all that shit. They just redid
Yeah.
I Know What You Did last summer. Well, he was doing an interview today on, I can't remember the show. I'd have to look it up, but he was talking about what it was like making She's All That or whatever. And he said every day Little Kim would show up to set in a limousine and like 15 motherfuckers would get out of the car before she would even get out of it. Like all these security people, all this shit, like would get out of the car and like surround the set and basically be protecting Little Kim while she was on set filming She's All That. Like that shit was crazy listening to him talk about it. It was pretty interesting.
You see, she was a little different too because she had shit on her head at that like
Yeah.
motherfuckers really trying to touch her because of
Yeah.
her people. She was going through
Yes.
some shit.
But I forgot
Yeah.
Usher was in that as the DJ in that movie. Like I forgot all about that fucking movie. And then I seen Freddie Prinze Jr. today. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy seeing some of these people get older. Like, do Tom
Yes.
Cruise ever fucking age, bro? Like, like, what the fuck, bro? This motherfucker,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Samuel Jackson, but Tom Cruise, man. I'm looking like,
Yes.
bro, ain't you like 80 or something? Shit.
He's like 60 some. I think he's 60. He's 58 or 59 or something
Man,
like that, Tom Cruise.
I want to know what the fuck he do to his body, bro. Because this motherfucker still hanging off helicopters and shit like that.
Scientology,
Like,
bro.
Yeah.
They're fucking preserving him. They're dipping him in fucking whatever you call it.
that the Lazarus pit from Batman.
Yeah. They're dipping him in formaldehyde.
Ra's al
That's
Ghul.
I was looking for formaldehyde. That's what I was looking for.
Man,
Oh
I
man.
remember when Top Gun came out, and there was a friend of mine in Omaha, Nebraska. His dad had bought Top Gun on Laserdisc.
Yeah, I remember Laserdisc, the size of a fucking 33 record. Yeah, I remember them.
That was like $1,500 for that
Yeah,
movie.
that shit was not cheap at all. Yeah, no, you're
And I
not
was
wrong.
like, and he was like, "You got to watch this movie." He said, "I'm probably going to get grounded for even touching this disc."
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was like, "I don't need to watch it that bad."
yep. Yeah, I remember my everybody always had like a rich friend in high school, and I had a friend named Seth whose parents had money, and they had a laser disc player. And I remember you could only get like certain movies on it. You couldn't get every movie on laser
No,
disc
you
yet.
couldn't. And they were crazy expensive.
Yeah, he had like Indiana Jones. He had like the three Indiana Jones movies, and I think like Back to the Future and something else. But like he had like 5 or 6 Laserdisc movies. He didn't have Top Gun, but I remember us watching like Indiana Jones on it at his house, and it was just it was such a big deal because they had Laserdisc. I remember that shit. Yeah, that's funny. I hadn't thought about that in a while.
His mom also had a living room that you never sat in the living room.
With the plastic on the couch.
Yes, and all
Yeah,
white,
yeah,
all white carpet, all white drapes.
yeah,
She
It-
had cockatiels and plants
yeah.
in the living room.
That shit was called a sitting room, but nobody ever sat in it.
You walk in the house, you take your shoes off in the living room.
Yep,
You walked in the living room,
yep,
you carry your shoes with you, and then when you got to the kitchen, you put your shoes back on.
yep. Yeah. There are people like that. Absolutely.
He got grounded for teaching one of the cockatiels to say asshole.
Oh shit, that's funny, man.
Every time somebody walked through the living room, the bird would go asshole.
People that own birds are different, dude. People that own birds are different. You know, the giant parrots. They're called. I think they're called a macaw. You know what I'm
Yep.
talking about? Okay.
Yep.
I dated a girl named Kareth. She's Italian. I dated this girl named Kareth when I was like 19, 20. She had a macaw. Its name was Caesar. Okay. Now this is so. If I was 20, we're talking 2000, 2001, somewhere around in there. And that she had this thing at her house in a big cage, whatever. She lives up in Centerville, Ohio now. That fucking bird is still alive. She posts photos of it on fucking Facebook. That thing, I don't know how fucking old it is. Like, I don't know how old it was when she got it, but I know she's had it 20 plus fucking years and the thing is still alive. Its
Yep.
name is Caesar. Yeah. And it's just this giant fucking parrot. She keeps it in the house. She was different, bro. She was wired a little different. She was interesting. But yeah,
Hey,
I dated her.
I'm a former bird, man. My wife, when I met her, they have African gray.
Yeah.
And that thing got big, but we had African ringnecks and Indian ringneck parrots. I love fucking birds, bro. But yeah, they different, bro.
Yeah, they're different.
They,
Yeah,
they,
man, I love
they can
fucking birds.
actually they can actually calm you too. They can be very calming.
Oh yeah, they be chill, bro. I was mad
She-
as hell with my Indian ringneck. I was
Yeah.
mad as hell.
Yeah, this fucking bird. See, I can hear her in my head saying Caesar, like talking to this fucking bird, but in a female voice. Like, bro, this shit was weird. This shit was weird.
We had
He's
a
a-
Labrador, and my wife had parakeets, and she would let the parakeets just roam the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And the parakeets would actually land on that Labrador and play with that dog.
Just ride around. Yeah,
That dog could not even care at all about
Right.
the birds. But
yeah.
you could take that dog out into the country, and it would hunt ducks and rabbits all day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was an avid hunter, but at home, he wasn't about that life. Them birds would play with him, and he would look at him, and he'd wag his tail, and the birds would play with his tail, and he was just calm as could be. Man, you put him out in the field, he was ready to hunt.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool, man.
I'm gonna get my butt up for burger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
we'll
10
have-
till 4. It's like 10 till 4, boys and girls.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Thanks, Word, for having us.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
so, hey,
I
the
missed
wife
you.
is. Oh, go ahead,
Good.
bro.
No, I was just gonna say I missed you last night, man. I overslept. I commented on the video though last night. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I overslept, man. By the time I got up, you had ended like I think 20 minutes or something before I got up. I was like, God damn it.
My son had that kindergarten assessment test this morning, so
Yeah,
I had to
that
get up
shit
and
did go all right.
Yeah, the teacher, man, bro, my son is, bro, he is,
Smart.
he gonna be a problem, bro. His
Oh,
personality, man, everybody
Oh.
fucking loves him, bro. Like
That's good,
he
though.
just got that it factor already, and he always had that. I remember they when he was born, bro, even the people in the hospital was like, send him to Gerber, send his picture to Gerber. He go he got this his personality is just fucking amazing, man. Everywhere he go, people love him, teachers and everything. And he got like a speech delay. He had a high palate, so he had a little speech delay. That shit don't stop him from talking. He don't shut up. He
Hey, that's
just
how
keep
Eddie Murphy
talking.
got his start, though.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's well informed. Like my son is a perfect balance between me and my wife, like a perfect balance.
Hell yeah.
And they loved him. It was like two teachers was like, well, my wife was like, the one teacher said, yeah, he's going to be in my class, and the other teacher said, no, he's going to be in my class. I already they arguing over. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah,
Hey,
everybody love him, man. So yeah, he
yeah,
rocked it out though. He a smart kid. My son is real smart. He
dude.
mechanic like me though. He got to do shit to learn. So
Right.
like,
Hands on, like hands on. Yeah.
yeah, he was having problems counting to 20 until I
Right.
got like, he liked to play with rocks and shit. So I'm like, so he know how to add and shit now just from playing with rocks. I told him go get 20
Right.
rocks. Keep counting until you get to 20. And I'd be like, take 5 away. How many you got? That's how you learn how to
There
add
you
and
go.
subtract shit. So
Man,
yeah,
that makes
he
me that makes me happy to hear that, bro. I'm glad he had a good fucking assessment and shit. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Well, and the
he
other
got
thing
a
too that people don't realize is the reason that they used to do all the writing in school is that you learn by repetition. And
Yes.
you're right.
Yeah.
And they've lost that because they do everything now with typing and all that kind
Yeah,
of
they don't even teach cursive anymore in school. Most of these kids now, like that are 20 years old, don't even know how to write their name in cursive. They have no fucking idea.
That's I
Yeah.
had a conversation with my brother and I said, how are these kids going to be able to sign a check?
Yeah. I signed my name on something in front of a girl at the bank, and she was probably 20, 21 years old, but like that was her first job as a bank teller. And I signed my name, and she was like, "You've got an amazing looking signature." I was like, "It's just cursive." She's like, "Yeah, they didn't teach us that in school." She's like, "They didn't teach us that in school." I was like, "How'd they teach
Yeah.
y'all to write?" Well, she's like, "They just teach us to print." She's like, "We didn't learn how to use cursive. We just print everything." I was like, "Fuck. Why?"
I
You
had
know
a
what?
fucking calligraphy class, man.
There's a
Yeah.
video of a gal
Calligraphy,
that has
man.
her master's legal degree from Harvard and can't even read.
I believe it in today's world, bro. I believe that shit. In today's world, I absolutely believe it. But no, look, I'm gonna let you get up off here, man. Shout out to Commander and everybody that was on. Thank you for letting me jump
Absolutely.
on, bro.
Thanks, Word.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Y'all know y'all always welcome, man. That's what the
Yeah.
platform here for us to do this, man.
Well,
I
I'll see you guys
appreciate
tomorrow.
y'all, man.
I'll see you guys tomorrow if you're on. If not, then the next day. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.
Yeah, be blessed.
All right, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna take tomorrow off. I gotta watch that. I guess a new Madea movie came on Netflix. So we're gonna have movie
Okay.
night tomorrow. And
Okay,
wife's gonna
bet.
watch
All
that.
right. Well,
So,
maybe the day after or something. But yeah, see you,
yeah.
chat. See you guys. All right. I'll talk to you soon, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Man, shout out to Gary, shout out to Craig, shout out to Commander, shout out to my boy Mr. Blonde. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Stoic, Mr. Mod, Didi, my brother Brian, Edward. Who else came through? PIA came through. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching in the bushes, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey man, your voice matter. That's a new hashtag we rocking with. Your voice matter, man. So don't be afraid to hit that link, man, when we having these conversations. Because your voice matter too, man. We just having good conversations. So your voices matter. Your voice is important. So stop being afraid to hit that link, people. Stop being afraid. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole 9. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations to build nations. If we said anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we are out.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!
They've been telling y'all love, and I came to tell y'all right. The way you feel influences the way you think, and the way you think dictates the actions you take.
sitting at home, acknowledge me.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I won't ever, ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.